Fala galera, vamos acompanhar aqui com o Gal a partida da MIBR contra MVPPK, semifinal da ZOTAC Cup. Bom, acho que o Gal tá com um probleminha ali no som, tá falando sozinho, mas acredito que a partida vai sair o som, então vamos acompanhar aí. Já passou o hino do Brasil, já passou o hino dos caras, estão apresentando aí os times. Vamos só aguardar mesmo. Bora, junto com o Gal. O som tá aumentado, ele que não tá transmitindo o som mesmo, tá falando sozinho. Será que alguém falou pra ele que não tem som? Vamos avisar ali. Tá sem som, brother. Deixa eu ver se eu tô com o som lá. Tô com o som, só aumentar um pouquinho aqui. Estão me escutando? Desktop áudio, tá ali, né? Então é esperar ele aumentar o volume lá mesmo, ó. Tá todo mundo falando, ó. Tá mutado, tá mutado. Pô, Gal, para com as drogas, brother. Bom, enquanto ele não resolve ali, não consegue ver o chat, mano, não vai liberar o som. Tá falando sozinho. Se ele lê uma mensagem grande. Sem som, mano. Resolve essa parada aí. Bom, enquanto o Gal não resolve ali, vamos acompanhando aqui da HLTV mesmo, do canal da ZOTAC Cup. Vamos ver o que tá passando lá. Pra quem não sabe,
Major edition, major winner edition.
I'm actually, that was cute.
That's a W.
That was cute.
Congrats, miss. It's like she's so nervous, but then she like had to kiss him.
Yeah. You can't pass on those opportunities. Making memories here.
Kiss.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Hong Kong doesn't necessarily have the biggest events, and you and I have both actually been interacting with quite a few people who seem so stoked on these kinds of opportunities, most notably for CS. Those are the fans I want to hear.
Yeah.
If you're watching PUBG, get out of my way, you know?
Yeah, you say that, but then we go home and play PUBG.
Yeah, we do, every night. It's my official stance, Mohan.
Connor and I actually play more PUBG together than Counter-Strike. But it doesn't mean we don't like Counter-Strike a little bit, at least.
I mean, it's in our blood. Counter-Strike is life, PUBG is fun. That's the difference.
That's right.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike's their wife, PUBG's their girlfriend.
Just don't tell either. Folks, we're going to be getting this one underway relatively soon. The ban and pick phase is what we are just waiting on. That's one thing that I'm very worried for in terms of MVP, is that when we saw them play versus Virtus.pro yesterday, when we were watching them on maps that we anticipated them to be competent, they definitely gave us that showing, obviously so, since they did win the series 2-1. But that one map they lost was such a total blowout.
Sejam bem-vindos, sejam bem-vindos.
To put it bluntly, sucked on Dust 2.
Oof, sucked on Dust 2.
Trolei vocês, né, velho?
They just
Trolei
fell
vocês
flat.
aí, né?
Flat. I was not. You didn't have my full attention. Like I wasn't totally all there
Vocês
for that game.
não sabem fazer leitura
Neither was I, and I
facial, né,
cast it.
velho?
And you casted it.
Yeah.
All
Então,
right. Well, I
tava
was hoping
aqui
that you would be able to.
animadão,
Oh, yeah, if
animadão.
you'd like, I can answer questions.
Sure. Okay.
Trolei
So
vocês,
why?
né, velho?
How? What was it about? What sucked the most?
It just
então.
it seemed like disjointedness, and it
Então,
just seemed like nobody was on the
recomeçamos
same
aí
page.
com
It
todo
didn't
como
feel
se
to me
nada
like they
tivesse
were very well
acontecido.
versed on Dust 2.
Pra quem não
And
sabe
then that's
fazer
the thing with
leitura
MVP as
facial,
well,
tá,
is they're from
tá
a region
fazendo a
whereby you're not
expressão.
playing that many lands,
Então,
you're not
falei
playing that
toda a
many officials.
escalação dos times, falei tudo, puta que pariu, velho. NA.org. Então, cara, eu tava com um problema técnico aqui, foi arrumado. Então, já esqueci a escalação da MVP, que vem com o solo, vem com glow, vem com o beitador, com o Xing, vem com mais 2 jogadores. E aí temos MIBR em campo. Tarek, Steel e Fallen, Coldzera e Fer, velho. Agora sim, tá, agora o negócio tá legal, velho. Tava contando ali que os todinhos, ó, os todinhos estão animados, ó, esses são os dedo do meio, ó lá, dedo do meio daqui a pouco vai vir, já tivemos hoje de manhã, dedo do meio, double dedo do meio arrumando óculos, dedo do meio de carretilho, os todinhos tão louco de açúcar, o MVP baniu a Overpass, o MIBR baniu a Nuke, o MVP eu falo, esses caras gostam de jogar Inferno, velho. Eu falei, os caras gostam de jogar Inferno, o MIBR falou, vamos jogar Inferno, vai ser um bom desafio pro MIBR, a Inferno dos caras é boa, o MIBR escolheu a Dust 2, a moda antiga, o MVP baniu a Trem, o MIBR baniu a Cache, porque o MIBR tem um problema na Cache, que é a Cache, e aí sempre sobra a Mirage como último mapa, né? Então vamos torcer para que sejam 2 mapas apenas. A Inferno é um mapinha chato da MVP, então a gente vê ali todo mundo concentrado. Estava falando ali, imagens ali, ó, todo mundo feliz, menos o Fer tá sempre bravo. Ele quer rushar alguém, ele já tá vendo como é que ele vai rushar alguém. Então, todo mundo tranquilo. O Steel alegre, Steel feliz. Temos torcedores do Cloud9 na torcida. Já tivemos o hino nacional. O cara ali, o da direita, tá se chapando de energético. Daqui a pouco já vai estar com tremedeira, com a mão tremendo. Então isso é bom, isso é um bom sinal, O Fallen tá ali olhando pro lado, mandou o joia. O Steel não conectou ali. Falou, porra, mandou o joia pro Steel. O Steel falou, cara, tô aquecendo aqui. Pela cara do Steel tá no mapa de bot ali. E aí o Coldzera já tá arrumando fone de ouvido, já tá se concentrando. O Fer já tá sempre pronto. E aí, mano, temos patrocínios, velho. Sliver TV, velho. Você pode assistir jogos e ainda ganhar prêmios, velho. CSGO, Fortnite e PUBG, velho. Então, porra, olha que beleza, hein? Temos o Dorset, para quem vai para Hong Kong, aí, ó, Dorset, Hotel Dorset, aí, ó, suíte bacana, visão panorâmica. Temos aí.
Vamos acompanhar lá pela
For a interview on an interview. Maybe we're going to look at MIBR.
I don't think you're right.
Okay. Make sure to use sliver.tv to watch and win free prizes, 100% free to play.
Sorry. What percentage?
100.
Well,
100.
Then why wouldn't you play?
Exactly. You can't find a good reason. That's
Then
why
of
you should
course
do it.
we have to give thanks to you.
Tá ali, meio caladão, tá meio de boa. Opa, aí sim, olha lá. Ó, tem um delayzinho. Opa, ó. Aí, beleza. Latriboneira, como é que tá a Latriboneira? O mic tá off ainda, velho? Então, fica trolando aí, velho. Se tiver off, acontece, velho. Agora, velho, vocês me baitam tanto que aí num dia importante eu baito vocês, velho. Então, acontece, o mundo dá volta. Jamais saberão. E agora sim! MVP na tela. A torcida tá vaiando, Eles querem nosso troféu. Tira a mão do troféu, tira a mão do nosso troféu. Sai fora. Ó o solo aí. Sai fora. Não encosta. Nosso time mudou em alguns jogadores. Eles praticaram mais ou menos algumas vezes, né, velho? Na verdade, eles estão praticando 3 vezes mais do que eles normalmente praticam. Então vai ser uma boa experiência pra eles. Os caras estão treinando 3 vezes mais, velho. O dia dos caras tá com 38 horas, velho. Como é que você treina 3 vezes mais, velho? Os times brasileiros, pô, vocês treinavam quanto antes, velho? Vocês treinavam o quê? 5 horas? Agora vocês treinam 15, velho? Porque pra multiplicar por 3, o dia tem que ter hora pra caralho, velho. Um jogador profissional já treina o quê? Umas 12 horas por dia? Pra você treinar as 3 vezes mais, você tem que ter 36 horas de dia. Virou o quê? Itaú? Aquele banco 30 horas, velho? 36 horas, sei lá. Caralho, velho, os caras estão treinando 3 vezes mais, velho. Devia estar treinando o fino. Então agora eles estão treinando bem. Então vem preparado aí. Caralho, velho, como é que você treina 3 vezes mais? já deu aquela impressionada, mas não gostei que eles encostaram no troféu ali, mas aí o admin tá ali perguntando, tá tudo bem, tá tudo bem, tá tudo bem, então tá tudo bem. Aqui, tudo tranquilo.
Caraca, por que o Bida não tá transmitindo?
Quero mandar um abraço também aí a todo mundo pra cima deles, alambrado. Cara, quero mandar um abraço em especial, lá a Triboneira tá em peso. Quero mandar um abraço aí, salve galera do YouTube, galera que tá fazendo a transmissão pirata aí da nossa transmissão. Um salve, um grande abraço aí, obrigado, twitch.tv/gaulês. Obrigado aí pela divulgação, vocês são gente boa. Acontece, tudo do bem, Brasil é um lugar bacana, então salve transmissão pirata, acontece, velho, acontece, já vi que tem bastante gente fazendo transmissão pirata no YouTube, em outras plataformas, um salve, um abraço especial aqui da La Triboneira, a transmissão pirata, velho, por um Brasil melhor, um Brasil sem corrupção, ano de eleição, é isso, velho, depois o cara vai lá no Facebook postar coisa de político, velho. Salve aí, grande abraço pra galera da transmissão pirata aí, velho. Tão fazendo fino aí da transmissão. Então, deixar aquele carinho, né? Uma chuva de coração, né, velho? O pessoal da transmissão pirata aí, nesse momento, ele deve estar se sentindo lisonjeado. É o cara que rouba a internet, que fura a fila do mercado, que estaciona na vaga de deficiente, que para na vaga de idoso, que puta que pariu, que pega o dinheiro que cai do bolso de alguém. É o cara bacana, velho. É o cara do gatonete. Tá.
Cara chato. Vamos ver de outro.
See that?
That was so funny.
Yeah. Where's coffee, man? He's great, and the best thing too, right? Is I mean, we have the absolute privilege of getting to kind of see these guys function at events.
Yeah.
And Steele is always just so warm. Like it's not a show for stream. He's
always
just
ask,
him.
Is that guy fake? Is he like that all the time?
Yeah.
And Steele, it's 100%. That's him.
Nice.
The only phony
he told me a story once. I don't know if I ever told you this. So I was at the CS Summit.
Yep.
And we were in the player van going back to the CS Summit. We were going there for the first time, and he was telling Elige about his life in Brazil and how he had this aquarium and how randomly threw in that he had a shark in the aquarium. Like, wow, you have a shark. And then he told the rest of the story, and they were like, wait, what about the shark? You just told us you had a shark? And he's like, no, but wouldn't that be amazing? At what point was he lying in the story? I don't know.
Just a little embellishment.
Yeah.
Steele doesn't strike me as the type to lie, but.
I was like, well, I did think it was amazing that he had a shark, so.
I wouldn't have been surprised if
the story
worked. He's charismatic enough to pull it off.
That's true. Probably charmed a shark at some point.
You don't have any pets, do you?
Swimming into his tank. Just you, Connor.
Yeah.
Just you.
I'm quite the animal. Excuse me.
No, last animal I had was a hamster that escaped from the ball.
I had a turtle that ran away once.
You're using being very flexible with that term.
No,
running.
No, so I had an aquarium and I
Uh-huh.
had one of those red-nosed turtles, classic. Get them at any pet store. And one day there was heavy rain, and so the aquarium filled up outdoors because it was on the back deck.
Okay.
And then once the water filled to the top, the turtle could climb over the edge. So I
like an
walked
inside
outside,
job.
and boom, there's no turtle. Ran away, broke my heart.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
On your balcony.
Yeah, well,
That's-
back porch.
Okay, so
Like
mine was
surrounded
on the
by woods.
balcony. That it
Yeah,
actually
hamster fell
escaped.
off
The hamster escaped from the ball.
I
And then
hate
ran.
to break it to you,
Yeah.
but it didn't survive the fall.
Survive the fall. No, yeah, it's probably didn't see him since.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
It's been a while. It has been a while.
Did we get an MVP interview?
No, that's why
Waiting to be.
It's like I'd love to ask you a question that can keep this conversation as intriguing as possible, but I know that at any given moment,
There could be an MVP interview
yeah,
at any moment.
Volta
Yeah.
lá. Deixei o link do Gal aí, mano.
Wait.
Eu respeito o cara.
yeah.
Yep,
Tá na
at any
descrição o
moment.
link da Twitch do Gal. Quem quiser assistir ao vivo tá lá. Eu tô assistindo aqui da Twitch TV, vou ficar variando
I'm
aí
down to
das
just hang out
transmissões
here.
que tem lá.
So am I.
E se tá transmitido, tá livre, tá divulgado. É público.
Sorry if things seem a little confusing,
A gente
folks. We're
pode
just in the
usar,
dark as
né?
you are.
Não tem
We have
nada de pirata.
we have ourselves and our intuition to work with.
I think we're on TV.
Yeah, 16 languages, but we only speak one. Well, I speak 1.5.
You speak French.
Yeah, I do.
French is not half a language.
No, but my ability to speak it is.
Half. Oh.
Yeah.
Pois é.
Young half A.
Por isso tá
Pardon?
retransmissão.
Young half A.
Young half A. It's still, you can work it out if you have the patience to go back into yesterday's VOD and listen to the Paula/Yanko interview. Unfortunately, the volume is pretty low on the microphone, so you're going to have to very attentively put your ear to your speaker.
Turn it all the way turned
if you
up.
guys want to check it out. But I would suggest it because I think he had some really cool insight into his new role, his motivation for it.
And
there is no interview.
There is no interview.
But there is
we
a
are into
cheering
the
crowd.
game. Everybody is very excited to get this started.
I mean, let's be fair. This is more exciting than an interview, regardless.
Absolutely.
So thanks for waiting around, guys. Thanks for being patient, and thanks for being a part of our second semi-final. MVP PK, MIBR. What a treat we will have. Again, this was the first map that we watched MIBR dispatch of their opponents yesterday. They'll be looking to do it again once more. They've worked their way up to the apps already. A couple of guys clearing corners, but no fast clash. I mean, MVP, you told me this, and it's just so evident. They will so contently sit back and allow for their opponents to make the first move. They're not willing to get overzealous or over-aggressive either. Utility for them to utilize comes in the form of a double flash, smoke, and frag. We've got all 5 players for MIBR grouped up towards this A site. And they're going to be feeling towards Arch first and foremost. Now there is this rotation from Glow over towards the B site, despite there being no presence shown. And despite so little of Stewie being shown, he's already lost his head. First casualty comes into the favor of MVP. The execution towards the site immediately flexes on to 2 players for the defense. They are down. And it's 3 MVP players to rotate through middle, quickly trying to get back into the site.
Yeah, they've taken their time, and that's because they denied themselves a lot of information. So the B stack does not pay off, and they are elephant footing it across to A. Now conjoined to the hip, decided to push up lane together. But MIBR are very comfortable in their spots as they now suddenly push in and fight the USPs. Coldzera from his favorite spot on the box as a CT does it on the orange side.
Yeah, he just locks that down. Quick retake attempt by MVP there. They don't really have much choice. They are so far away that they had to play against the time as well. So they just tried to play the numbers, trade efficiently, and they were just completely nullified by the fact that MIBR had a nice trio of positions.
Something to be said about using a bait stack if you are maybe ecoing on a pistol where it's a little bit more 50-50. Lots of reasons to try to scout for information, maybe try harder to bait them into your site while scouting for information. A lot of alternatives to stacking and waiting and hoping, like we saw from MVP on that previous round. But if they went B, maybe MIBR look a whole lot more foolish. So this time around, it's another a 2 base. Okay, yeah, it looks like they've thrown nades to assist in a pop execute out onto the site. That's kind of nice. We get to watch just the dry run, you know, how it looks on paper.
That's how, yeah, exactly. With no contest.
No contest.
None at all. Hold on to everything if they can, MVP. Still, with both their smokes, they didn't even get baited into using their utility.
Here's where, you know, AKs, get in the back. All right, we're going to use the MAC-10s. We're going to scout out this B site. We know what's up. MVP decided to stack. It's very clear at this point. AKs, stay away.
MAC-10s, move in.
Move in. Roll out.
Got a couple of smokes here just trying to play with vision. Not only do you want to deny anything being moved forward, but you want that money. The cash in your pocket. Whoa! They'll find only one.
A little bit of cash. Take that and go to Macau and lose it all.
Yeah. Are we still going tonight?
In a hand. We'll see how well MIBR do.
Yeah. I mean, they put us back on schedule last night.
Yeah.
So
we've got basically Macau is this island that you gamble on in Hong Kong that makes more money than Vegas. It takes an hour to get there by ferry. And
only 15 minutes by helicopter.
15 minutes by helicopter for about 4,000. What is the money called? Everyone just calls it Hong Kong dollars. Oh, it is? Okay, all right. I thought that was just like everyone was assuming that I was an idiot. And they're like, how many Hong Kong dollars do you
Yeah.
have? And just wouldn't assume that I knew it. Okay. And then it turns out I was an idiot because that's exactly what it actually is. My life. Triple stack on the arch side. I like it. The first person in front playing anti-flash, one crack spotting. Option for none of these guys to get blind if a flash comes out.
Just going to hold still, as patient as they were in the previous round. Stewie towards the B site, not going to get his eyes nor bullets on anything. It's Fur who lines up too. That's an easy knockdown as Tarek supports for the third one. Glow emerges from the corner, but he's only good for one. So the B site player was the only man who had a second chance. And that chance is stripped away thanks to Stewie. Making a little bit more money with that MAC-10 as we do have to now move into the gun round.
MIBR did exactly what they needed to do to try to sniff out the setup that MVP had with the Hall's presence and then the way that they used a scout over towards B with just the one smoke. And that made it so that MVP realized that, okay, this scout's going to get way too much information. We've got to move. But then they realized that it was just a bait all along. But that was enough to put them out of position and allow MIBR to get the kill safely at A and end that round so quickly and so smoothly. Round 4, Arch Presence is forfeited by the CTs. An ultra passive setup. The rotations have gone haywire. I mean, if you do this too often, you give up the ability to hold on to forward aggressive map control. At this moment, MVP are kind of, it feels like phoning it in a little bit, playing it by ear. Giving their attention to either their reads or to, I guess, whatever little bit of information is given to them by MIBR.
Nice play. Good flash blinds Tarek. Loses the duel inside of the apartment. Now, Zion's sitting just outside of the doorway. He will have that safety and a flash primed for the popping in anticipation for MIBR's arrival. But in which direction will it come is the question they ask themselves. It could be a split or it could be a commitment off of only one side of these brackets. Despite that being a CT smoke, Zeph doesn't want to sit on the other side of it. He had his eyes over towards CT spawn to ensure that no flank was inbound, but 30 seconds left means MIBR are really playing against the clock here. Remember, there are two defenders within this bomb site, kerneled upon it. That's going to be Glow and Zeta, and then you've got the support up from Balk. Fully blind is Zine. He now looks down and finds himself the kill. That is just so damn convincing.
Unbelievable, actually. Yeah, that was extremely well handled, I gotta say.
I'm glad we saw the dry run just 2 rounds ago, because that's what happens when it doesn't go well.
When it doesn't go, when there are police present.
Yep.
Right. When there are cops there to stop you. That is quite interesting. A lot of map controls forfeited. It looked a little bit rambunctious the way that MVP were rotating before there were any real tells. And then it seemed like the A stack just worked out because MIBR didn't give any attention to Banana at all and just kind of like decided they would go A and played into their hand. I would have liked to see what would have happened if MIBR had tested Banana. See, because I believe that MVP would have been very rotate happy.
Also note that Zine, who is up on the balcony, goes unchecked, right? The player who flies out from apartments just jumps down beneath him. So because he has that elevation, it's an easy backstab as he skewers too. Had the pit control gone into the hands of MIBR, then they could have most certainly picked up maybe 1 or 2 frags on that bomb site. With all of those frags coming in as a flurry, MVP win it with conviction. Now this looks to me like a tech pause. So we'll work our way through it, Launders.
One tech at a time. But interesting for that round to be so convincing in the way of MVP. Definitely like to see more of that. We aren't quite sure what the issue is, if there is an issue. But once the headphones come off. Oh, earbuds coming out. It's the full commit.
Yep. It's a bathroom break.
Small bladder alert.
Yeah.
The game just started.
Yeah. We got a long road ahead, folks. Can't break the seal so early on. MIBR just cool, calm, and collected, as they should be. Again, they're primed right now for a potential reset versus MVP.
At this point, they're trying to, it's like a speedrun record, right? They just don't want to do worse than they did yesterday.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think, right? It's 32, so they won 32 out of 36 rounds yesterday. My math is
They set the bar too high a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's probably not going to be that nice again.
I mean, that's the one kind of, you know, asterisk I still have on this situation is MIBR's first real land showing since the break, and they looked phenomenal, but they were versus the lowest ranked team at the entire event. So now they'll have a little bit bigger of a challenge. So far, still a solid start. As the pause comes to a close, we're going to go right back into a banana clash. There's heavy presence here from the CT side. Not that it's going to stop MIBR, because already Tarek and Stu combined for 2. And Solo, who was alone, now has a support in the form of his teammate Glow. He's arrived through CT spawn. They've turned MIBR away for at least a little moment. They will maintain that banana control as Fur anchored apps this entire time. Bomb floating towards ramp, and the options are open.
In the midst of the banana flambe, MIBR turn up the heat, peek right through the smoke, and get thoroughly aggressive. Stewie even trying to follow up on that second kill, and attempted to hit a pre-fire on an operant CT. A bold move. Solo was prepared. But you can see that they definitely still want to keep MVP at arm's length. You know, they want to take them seriously, but they also want to let them know that they don't think that they're better than them.
Good flashbang for Solo, but it's going to be his vision regained just in the nick of time. Gets himself a second. These T's can't quite get past him, and the Flames aren't going to help them whatsoever. 20 seconds left for them to try and make this work. Smoke could allow for them to go for the cross, or they head over the box. Now, they don't know if spawn is clear, and at this moment it is. It's the double commitment from MVP within this bomb site. Just waiting patiently. Solo, he wants himself another frag, and it's going to have to be the inevitable jump up. Misses the shot. 7 seconds left. They need this plant right now. Glow has to die, and Fur, with Fallen, managed to make that happen, and the third kill is theirs.
How do you explain that one, Connor? How
That's
do you
your
explain
job.
That? All right. Yeah, that's true. Oh, my goodness. The round, I want to say that was so close to an absolute disaster, right?
Yeah.
That looked really bad for MIBR. They did molly out Solo, so it's not like Solo made some unsolicited peek. He was forced to fight. He actually burned to death. And as for the other player, Oranges, he dies to a straight up duel, getting pressured out. But that was all within a second. Meant they had to nail those 2 kills. It's not conducive to their playstyle to let rounds go that late. And it came so far down to the wire that it looked like something was going wrong.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent to when we saw Fallen and Stewie win a 2 versus 3 or 4 type situation yesterday on Cash, when Fallen had to hit crucial kills at that one given moment, and now we've got it there again, working with Fur instead. Remember, that was a very notable round because the result is MVP deflated economically. CZs to USPs, nothing else. Despite that, they did still pick up that first kill, catching Fur on the balcony off guard. Solo's got players just around this doorway. Oof, they do seem to be checking it.
There are quite a few. They would like to test the waters. At what point do they cross his vision? It doesn't seem like now. And it's all down to whether or not Solo gets bored. Suddenly the smokes come out, and Solo's wondering what he's missing.
Oh, that's such a crucial headshot. I mean, it is still just now a linear wrap from MIBR. They will still accomplish their bomb plant, but because Stewie dies, they do not have any presence inside of apartments nor over on truck lane. They are very much boxed into this bomb site. Now they have such a huge weapon advantage. But more damage comes in from the player towards App. Solo's found himself another kill. This is incredible with just the pistols. Tarek's gonna have to go astronomical, and he's got himself a headshot, but Zeta's picked up the AK, and MVP pick up the round.
Everything that will go wrong will, right? You don't see coldzera miss that many bullets of one AK mag, and then have Fallen also whiff an op shot on a player moseying through smoke. It's not every day, Connor. It's not every day.
Estamos no jogo, estamos no jogo.
What's up?
It's not every day, Connor. It's not every day.
It's not every day.
Quem quiser assistir ao vivo, HLTV.org, lá tem a transmissão.
Sorry if I missed something
português,
crucial.
legal.
Wonders, I was blowing my nose.
Quem é da tribo deve
That did
estar
mute the mic,
assistindo
right?
lá.
It
Isso
did?
aí.
You told me that was the cough button, Mohan.
É isso, cara.
You told me that was the mute button.
No, I thought it was.
All right. Well, if I just cleared my nostrils in everybody's ears,
Oh, it's
I deeply apologize.
I think we're on TV, Connor.
Yeah, 16 languages.
That's one thing that'll translate well.
Another quick little tiny pause. At least we got that out of the way now.
Vamos lá, vamos lá.
Yeah, that's a good way to find out, I feel like.
Cozinha marota.
Delay.
Yeah.
That guy had a sign that said delay, and then it had 3 resident sleeper faces under it.
Was there
That's Turok.
Got him. This
Man, we got some fresh memes in this chat.
yeah.
This live chat.
We got some
Live
memes
chat
from
audience. This guy's got a bounce. He's got a little bounce to him.
Caraca, mano.
This is a committed crowd.
Pausa pra que
The
Very
crowd-
committed crowd
the
across
crowd's
all
committed.
these days. They've been sticking around the entire time, and
Os caras viajam.
I feel like I'm at home, man.
yeah. Do you?
I have not left.
Lá, casalzinho. Ó, Capitão Marvel. Cara de nerd.
We took some pictures with incredibly young gentlemen earlier that were Counter-Strike fans. And that
Yes.
made me really happy.
Some very tall kids.
Yeah, well, tall kids, but
Also small kids.
Small
Bora,
kids.
Bora, o Fer mandando ali no WhatsApp.
like, I would have given him like
Mano,
7.
Vou rushar aquele maluco, ele me matou
That kid
lá
might have been 7.
Yeah.
no tapete, na janela. Agora eu vou pegar ele. Ficou nervoso.
I was like, you watch Counter-Strike?
Vai mandar
Yeah.
rush monstro.
He was like, yeah.
Should you? Of course he should.
Sure, of course he
Indoctrinate the
should.
youth. Convert them while they're
I
young.
thought you were the cool uncle, Connor. I thought you were the cool uncle.
Stewie 2K, I heart you.
Stew balls.
Autograph.
If Ghost is in the building, there are people waiting for your signatures.
Yeah, I think they left pretty quick after that loss.
I told them where to camp out to catch them on their way out. So they're not allowed to escape the fence.
So it's been you that's been setting the booby traps.
Absolutely.
The hordes. I'm all for it.
Shameless.
We'd let you guys know what the pause is for if we knew. It's all speculation.
Isso é
Part of the
Brasil.
MIBR troop.
People don't talk to us.
No.
I thought I was approachable. I don't know
Not
about you,
really.
but
You're
no.
intimidating.
Tarix,
I'm intimidating?
Yeah, you're much
Fire,
taller than I think a lot of
Cold
people
Fer.
expect.
I dyed my hair a blonde, Connor, to be more approachable.
Eita.
If anything,
Did it work?
I think no.
What's the word you would describe?
What's the what?
What's the word you would use to describe me right now?
Manic?
Manic.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been more chill in my life, Connor.
No?
Never been more chill in my life.
Tô quebrando alguma coisa aí.
I'm a little agitated.
You're pacing.
I am. I'm
You're
standing,
standing.
Mohan.
He's Connor's standing up. Well, Connor gets
Bad
either.
fala.
Well, usually it's not because he's frustrated or angry or upset. It's usually just when he's excited about something.
Yes.
We'll be in Discord and let me know that he's standing.
Well, what do we got here? What's been brought in? An entirely new monitor.
Caraca, brother. Isso
Nice.
é hora de arrumar
A
as
fresh
coisas, tá
AOC
de
monitor.
brincadeira.
Right off the tree.
Tanto tempo
The
pra
tree that
arrumar
grows
as coisas,
monitors.
deixa pra arrumar quando começou o jogo. Isso tinha que
Monitors
reclamar
grew
disso
naturally. Do you think they
antes,
go on
se
trees
começou
or
o bagulho,
bushes?
não
I feel like they
começou
will.
Or underground, like a potato?
teve tempo suficiente pra arrumar uma
That's how Hugo Byrons are born.
This is a really good question, I feel like. But I also think I'm trying way too hard to think of a creative answer.
Nossa, mano, que demora pra começar. Daqui a pouco eu tenho que sair, mano. Tem compromisso, tenho vida.
You got it yet?
I'm not thinking about it anymore.
Oh.
No, I was just looking at Tarek.
E será que arrumou lá?
It's really
Será
fun
que
seeing
vai?
the
Será
5 of
que
these
não
guys
vai?
interact on the sidelines.
They're hilarious.
Yeah.
They're actually hilarious.
It's such a ragtag gang of goons.
First of all, Tarek is so funny.
Yep.
His stream is so underrated. Even though it's massive, it's
Quem quer
underrated.
saber quanto
Content
tá o
king.
score?
He is
Esse
really
aqui, ó,
funny. He's a
tá
funny dude.
2-4 ou 4-2 pra MIBR.
Where's the shoe meme come from?
E aqui o game log,
Nice.
ó.
The shoe meme?
Yeah, he's talking into his shoe in his Twitter picture.
That was just a picture he took at a Cloud9 photo shoot.
All right. Well, to be fair, I give him props
calling-
for being creative.
He's calling
Because
Kanye.
not all players tend to be
Tem
comfortable in
alguém
front of
batendo na
cameras.
porta, já volto.
So
Yeah, Tarek is
he's just pulling out poses.
Tarek is a go-getter. He was running all those Frag Shack servers you play on. I'm pretty sure he sold those to ESEA.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm saying.
When he was like 17 or 18.
It
So he was
goes-
running a server operation. He was a server mafia bot. He was a server mafia triad.
It goes back into the whole conversation we had about trying to tap into your charisma and persona as a player. I think it's something he does very well. Likability. Popularity, incredibly important.
Desculpa, pausa pro cachorro.
Fallen does this too. He sells keyboards with his name on
Tem
them.
que dar atenção, né? Cachorro ama, né? E a gente ama
Does he?
eles.
Yes.
Really?
And he said, if you want one, I'll give you one. That's what he said. Do you believe me?
I believe you. Yeah, I feel
Olha
like
os
you're
cara aí.
you're
os
worthy
God.
enough.
Because I was lying.
Só tem God,
Where-
Free God,
No, I wasn't
Gold
lying.
God,
But you just
Fallen
did.
God, Still God.
Then I
Direct
lied, yeah.
God.
But just because I lied then doesn't mean I lied before, Connor.
I'm still not gonna trust you.
Well,
Did you give him free stuff? You gave me free stuff.
I did give you free stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make you better than Fallen?
I would definitely never say that.
Zef Solo
Kind
Shin,
of lied it a little bit.
Mini Shitty Glow.
You brought me so much free stuff. I'm not gonna have room in my suitcase to get home.
I'm so happy because now I finally can like understand how
Sei
I
lá como se
now I
pronuncia.
see a way for me to pack the remaining things that I have into my suitcase so that I can get home
Safe and sound.
safe
Back
and
to
sound.
Toronto.
Back to Toronto.
Welcome to Canada.
Welcome back to Canada.
Yep.
The homeland.
Wasn't the same without you.
Bora lá.
Okay. There we
Ok,
go.
vai
Nice.
reiniciar o round.
Super happy that that problem was solved.
Bora, valendo.
Nice. Let's get back into it.
Os caras só
MIBR
ficam na
MVP 4-2, and in terms of quotas, are already kind of failing to have the dominance that they did as they did versus Flash yesterday on this very same map.
Os caras tão
But
armados, cuidado.
no, but MVP had a really nice rifle round in one of these rounds to show for it. Now, it's a lot of pressure up mid. The arch wrap is imminent. Stewie goes 1 for 1, instantly traded by Glow, who gets 2, and Fallen answers back. Zingwow, who is the monster who got multiple 3Ks in yesterday's matches, is here in the pit in the most important A position as a solo site holder.
Olha as costas. Ah, tem alguém olhando as costas aí. ó.
Just so happens to have 3 opponents left.
Só segurar pouco.
Zeph wants to get himself into position, but you can already see that Tarek is wary of this kind of a play.
Pega esse cara. Pega esse cara.
Yeah, and this is when it comes down to timing, you know. When is he on patrol? When does he give up?
Well, this is going to be a pinch inside of the app. Zine can grab attention. Oh, he's right in the perfect moment to strike. Zeph, yes, most certainly clears them both. So solid by MVP. Just waiting and striking at the best possible moment. And look at the result of that outcome. The money for MIBR is gone.
Wow, Zine, wow, that was a nice spot to play in, and Zeph with a huge flank, and he wasted no time. A lot of people would have walked that entire way, and he picked the perfect time to hit the shift key, or whatever he bound it to. And as soon as the nade started going over, I think he started to run again because he was there in an instant. It seemed like this is the situation I saw in my head. Zine was going to get traded in pit 1 for 1 because he was stuck in the corner. Then Zeph was going to walk slowly as they planted the bomb and got 2 spots in the after plant, and then maybe he gets 1 and is probably traded by the next. But he was already at the end of the halls as soon as Zine made contact, like almost instantly. So, I mean, that's a good flank if I've ever seen one.
Timing, hit, nail on the head. Glow's going to prime a flashbang for this alt mid-peak. Can certainly afford to go for these sorts of aggressions because they have such a massive weapon advantage. But MVP will do as they do. They're not going to once again play overconfident. They do not want to offer up the guns. You saw them foray towards Banana as well here, just taking a bit of a gander down range. And they've seen nothing because MIBR in their entirety are set up for a quick little A push.
I have been putting a lot of bracket pressure on in these last few rounds. Stewie always taking the lead. He has been in the man in front and by quite a margin. Hyper aggressive versus MVP today.
Paris still have this footing.
Oh my god.
Now they've got the kill. Good dig from Stewie. Fallen's going to be dropped as he tries to pry into the arch side. Still, these T's just holding the line so dangerously close to the men on site. Fur could overwhelm, and he's dealt so much damage, but Zine can bail him out. And then he gets himself the double. That's a big pit play and a clear indicator to the strength of said position. MIBR had a chance at multiple duels won, and they've only got that single kill thus far.
3 different ways we've seen pit played by Zine so far, and him being dynamic is going to be critical to any of their A-holds in the future. It certainly feels like they're putting a ton of pressure on him in particular, and he is just absorbing it. He is just the nevermore of the match. Every kill that he gets is making him 3 damage stronger.
Got an AWP in play. See what Solo decides to do with it. MIBR's purchased a little light on nades, but they will be fine. We're all tied up out of the gates already.
Tied up like a pair of shoelaces.
Seda, whoa. Right through flames, loses 30 points of his health, but he is going to be in a position to try and contest with Stewie. It is the T side to get the best of things, but Zeph and Solo still in position. Dinked is Solo. He's going to have to try and retreat, and of course MIBR will give chase confidently, but also consciously remembering that there could be a trap. Coldzera tagged, still fallen, able to get himself another casualty versus MVP, and it's a 5v3 despite so much health being gone for the Brazilians.
As they get the kill, they decide to regroup. Will it result in overthinking? We don't know, although there are 5 alive between 4 players. They have roughly 100 HP, so they are easily meltable. And that's a good clear. Fur comes out strong, but all the remaining players that are so low are instantly taken off the map.
That's so smooth, just nice burst fire. 2-3 shots at a time. Hits the targets straight through the chest. And with one swift spray, it seems as though things are nearly equal. Stewie just hanging on by a thread. Solo still outnumbered. He's got the kit, so time can be played a little more patiently. If only he had a Molotov or a frag to try and chuck back towards that pit, it would make his job easier. Hell, a smoke grenade could block off bomb, but that's not going to be a part of this reality. And the real reality is that time is sinking in. Whoa, there's the headshot. He could still do this. He just needs this kill towards Tarek. Tarek, though, ice in his veins, not going to peek until he knows he can clear the defuse. And he's got this one in the bag. MIBR to 5. It's really that duel towards Banana that ultimately sets them up to succeed.
It does come down to that, and you could see if some of those trades were just a little bit more favorable, just 10-20% more favorable, that round is completely different, especially since they keep going back to A and testing the individual prowess of ZOTAC, who consistently delivers. It's already up to 12 kills.
Yeah, despite MIBR currently leading by 1, their heaviest hitter sits on 7 frags in Stewie.
Bora, MIBR.
It's really Zion who's gone a step above and beyond. He's the
Fazer todos os
top
outros
dog
agora.
for the time being. It's still early days.
Tá bom.
Still early days. Round 10 coming your way. Clear advantage here for MVP. Still seek to equalize things in the 10th.
Falem tá do que? Já tá de AW.
So they push out a spawn.
Não, tá de 1.
You can see that everybody is well equipped in terms of grenades. MVP have decided to sacrifice a flash for an HE across the board. Some decent damage dealt on Stewie, who has really been the lead man so far in terms of entry fragging. Down to about half HP to kick off the round. Minute 26 on the clock. No further movement is made. Nice from MVP to go ahead and establish themselves on Banana, make that rotate out in timely fashion. Curious to see if it is the case that MIBR decide to work back to A, as they have been doing quite often, how they'll deal with ZOTAC, and I'm sure they have specifically said his name and considered how he's going to play the pit position. So watch for the reaction to him, as it seems like MIBR are posturing for this move.
In these kinds of A standoffs, we're consistently finding ourselves with both teams seeking that first frag and neither wanting to give it up. Truly a standoff until these last 30 seconds tend to hit. The utility's starting to fly forward. Tarek just goes down into the pit. Because of the smoke grenades here thrown out from the CTs, he's actually gone unnoticed. But there's a man just in front of him. It's going to be Zion to come back into the pit, and he actually clears Tarek. So now it's on to Fur to try an entry, and with a flashbang, he gets his footing forward, but all the kills seem to go the way of MVP. 10 seconds left, they need the plant, and it doesn't look like it's going to happen unless Fallen gets this now. But, just in the nick of time, Solo disengages, and MVP will take it.
Wow, man, this player, ZOTAC, is something else. The way he played that situation, getting smoked out of the pit, they specifically tried to kill him. That was the entirety of the round. Isolate his teammates and force him to react to the Molotov that lands on a balcony, have Tarek come out like an assassin, simply to execute him, and he puts himself on the other side of the smoke, only to flash himself back because he knows exactly. He's literally killing his assassins like Jason Bourne in the pit.
Murder spree.
What are you supposed to do when somebody reacts to your decisions like that? I mean, they literally expelled $900 in smokes, the $400 in the Molotov, a flash, and got taken down by one man. Man with a plan. ZOTAC.
The plan at this point is to continue forward for MVP. Solo finding himself that first one, just on the edge of the smoke. Fur is gone. Terrorists are going to do something a little bit different. Starting to wrap towards spawn. Solo coming out for a third in the round, but Cold Zera will take him down, and Zeph here to potentially trade frag. Most certainly, he'll find one. Bomb dropped, spotted out, crossfires connecting. Zeph gets himself, again, another kill. So the pistols here for MIBR have done very little in terms of success. Only one casualty for now. And this means MVP are looking hot on what began as a bit of a comeback and will now continue into a lead.
They can continue to try to apply pressure to the exact same pain points that they've been doing, or they can try to change it up. I think what's interesting is that they're working their plan at by starting off with one person, and then haven't even gotten to the point where they can consistently kill everybody on the site, guarantee plants. A much better way to deal with A would certainly be shoo them off of Banana first, and they have been avoiding that altogether just because they've tried to isolate parts of A without, taking it all on at once. So Maybe they could change it up. Maybe they could start with denying banana pressure, get the kills there, then thinking about going back to the A site, because they clearly have a bone to pick with a very special player there.
Things aren't looking as smooth as they were yesterday, Mohan.
No, I definitely sense some perspiration.
Yep. I smell some sweaty nerds. I don't think I can call them nerds when they're all cooler than me, though.
Also, Candy doesn't sweat.
Still, very little footing here has been found. MIBR, they have gotten consistently towards this A site, and they have been pretty much locked out of truck lane over and over. Sometimes they find a little bit of space and opportunity on Arch, but even that has been halted once they've tried to get towards spawn. And the B site, outside of a couple of rounds, we haven't really seen them there all too often.
Also, as much of a legend as Solo is, I really haven't seen him play that well in a match that I've casted or even watched. That being said, I haven't seen every game that he's ever played, but it seems like he's having a particularly strong performance on the AWP. He's been hitting shots left, right, and center, and one of the best rounds he had was one that they actually lost, but that was no fault of his own. 3 rounds left here in this half. After that Glock save, that was an easy cleanup by MVP. And MIBR are very clearly losing this game in more than one way. It's going to be a moral loss. It's going to be a numerical loss. It's going to be a clear loss. Might even be a tactical loss, which is the most surprising.
Oh man, the heat's kicking up, but Zeph nearly bails them out. Still, the duels are won towards Banana. Solo barely gets his way into the bomb site, but safety has been found. Sanctuary sought after. Glow coming over to support as MIBR all of a sudden have to just turn back around. They've left that anchor outside of apps. Coldzera has done this a multiple times. Sometimes it's Fur, sometimes it is him. What's important is that both can do the right job. They keep that mid control in check. But they are going to play spread. And Fur, I mean, he's barely alive. Zine, with an off angle, could easily catch one by surprise. And he sees the Molotov to confirm. So sure enough, there you have it. Next man up is down, and it all falls on Fur. The sole survivor for MIBR. Going to be trying to chase kills towards Banana. Molotov denies him any footing here, and remember, he doesn't even have that bomb.
Basically taking this fight for fun at this point. With 3 HP, there are limited ways that he could win this round without MVP completely fluffing this. I mean, there are a few ways out. 20 seconds up. Go for some nice pre-fires. Peek around corners, pre-fire. See what happens. Jump over an op shot, just hop over an op shot. 8 seconds left. Jump in for the plants, I guess. I wonder, is that, I mean, he knew exactly what he was doing in the sense that he knew he was probably going to die.
Yeah.
But he had an AK and armor.
He did.
He did have an AK and armor.
Maybe he was under the impression that he would die after time. It's the only way I can see it justified. If he thought maybe he had a solo duel towards site, but even then 5 seconds meaning he needed to plant would have left him vulnerable and exposed. Speaking of vulnerable, MIBR with just these pistols are not looking all too hot. This has been quite the turnaround from the Koreans. They'll be gunning for those double digits. Prime for the taking on top of it because the 9th near looks inevitable. Never sleep on CZs, however. Let that be a lesson. So to the bottom of middle, that Stewie drops 2. Both of the players coming in from the B site have been obliterated, and that's going to recall the bomb towards this side of the map. Stewie wants another, but Tarek gets the kill towards A, so they will just dodge the defense, get away from the threat, plant bomb, and pick up the round. They had no business winning this one, Launders.
Both sites got entried. There was not a moment in the round where it seemed like MVP got their feet on the ground. And Solo is now living up to his name. Moves away from the stew box. into the emo. Solo and emo spots a hat. 5 T's pushing up on him, and he just decides to fall to the flames.
If you accept your fate, maybe it stings a little less.
Maybe it stings a little less, yes.
I wanted to die.
Just close your eyes. Yeah, you close your eye. If you want it, then you can take some credit for the kill, maybe.
Olha lá, verdadeiro. W na mão.
Purchase back in for MVP. The 15th and final of the first half. This CT side started slow, but it has certainly turned things around. And luckily for MIBR, they pull one out of the hat, allowing for them to now contest this final round as well. So all things considered, despite them having allowed MVP back into this game, it looks like they're going to finish on the front foot. Stu once more towards Bananas, finding himself some impact, and he's going to get all 3.
Not a pure Asian, by the way.
Wow. Goodbye. A mudblood.
A mudblood. Reference to last night's interview with Zeta.
Yep.
Where he said, Stewie and Audie, yeah, they're Asian, but they're not pure Asians. We will beat them. Stewie seems pissed. This is so interesting because as I know him so well, from his games from him, he's been playing this game like every single round from the beginning, with just so much unrelenting aggression. He's playing like he's angry.
Yeah, he is pissed. He just gave all these rounds to MVP, Mohan.
Yeah.
Could have been so much more lopsided.
Yeah. They
wanted another, like we said, they wanted another blowout. But it's hard to improve on what was nearly a flawless BO3. So now they have their work set out for them once they swap over. This is still a great T side, that's the thing. With a pistol round conversion and a bit of momentum, then I say MIBR are par for the course and fine at that.
I'd be disappointed, confused, and frustrated.
Would you?
Yes, because this is not the time to have a close half. This is the honeymoon period at the very minimum.
Yeah.
So I think, and I actually am definitely impressed. Don't get me wrong, by MVP, by ZeinWow, by some of the adjustments that were made, but I think that there were still some fundamental things that MIBR could have done differently. More attention to Banana. Tried to spend less time trying to kill ZeinWow, you know? And I'm not sure how they viewed it, as they viewed him as a threat that they needed to get rid of. But typically, you know, I've even heard Fallen say, if you have a stand-in, or something, like as an example, if you have a stand-in, make sure he doesn't play the same site every round, right? Because then everyone's going to go there.
Yeah,
so that just implies that if you know a player is bad, you try to go to him. If you know a player is really good or on fire, in this instance like ZeinWow is, maybe you want to get away from him. The round can end without killing him.
We'll see if MIBR have been convinced to get away from these aggressions, but with the way they're prying down middle, seemed like they want some duels. Coldzera's trying to bait them in. Remember, Fallen and Stewie are still here. CZ up close could be so lethal. Oh, but Zeph gets the drive-by, takes one back between the eyes as Fallen emerges from the corner, and they're going to go for the boost over the wall, which could give Cold one hell of a chance. He taps at the head, gets himself his prize. And they don't even retreat. I figured they'd go back into the bomb site, but they are content to still stick around. Fur going to hear this movement into middle. Finds the tail end of the caboose, but he's not going to be able to stop them from getting a little closer to the bomb site. That's going to put it on Tarek, and he can't connect the headshot either. So a 3v4 turned on its head, and a man advantage for the Koreans. There's no utility for the CTs to try to get back in with. They don't have a kit currently on them. There's a frag for Glow. Again, the headshots just so swift. The moment MIBR are found in the crosshairs, they are then found as corpses on the ground. Coldzera hoping somebody crosses inside of the bomb sites, gets the jitterbugs, but nope. Everybody's cool. Finally, they start to move around. He sees the shuffle outwards. cold? Can he get at least a single parting gift?
Ah, que isso.
No, sir.
Kind of.
Yeah. Not all gifts are good, I guess.
That's true, yeah. You can get coal every once in a while.
6/11, tá negativo.
In this
O único
instance,
positivo
lead.
é o estilo.
Lead implants.
E ainda positivo.
20 and 9 just after the conclusion of the second pistol round. And the killing spree continues. MIBR on the receiving end. This is quite a performance. Zeta's got a bit of a problem. He needs fixed.
We need another monitor.
Another monitor. Let's get more AOCs into this booth. Yeah, first you grab it, swipe down.
With both hands. Trying to read body language or lips, but I don't speak their language.
Agora é
I
hora
can't
da
read.
virada. Virada.
I had a hunch.
What gave it away? Are they? They're icing themselves, not the kicker.
Oh. Okay, we need a new computer too.
You get a computer.
And you get a computer. Why don't we get computers?
I'd like a computer.
Whoa.
Whoa, that's a party in this booth now.
Vai trocar o computador.
They're swapping out players, maybe.
How many people do you think you fit in this booth?
Será que o
Shoulder to shoulder.
FPS nele? O que será que aconteceu ali?
I feel like you get at least
30
at
people.
least 30. I was gonna say 40.
About 40?
Yeah, because there's 5 standing, and if you smush all of them on the far right, they would just be behind one player.
Nuts to butts.
I prefer nuts to nuts.
That's not possible for everybody. There's going to be some butts to butts in that case.
Gente, imagem dos monstros aí.
MIBR still seem fine. Probably a little frustrated that things keep grinding to a halt, but we want everything to be as even as a playing field as possible. Competitive integrity, Launders. It's a
My
very
favorite
important
words.
thing.
Yep. The spirit of fair competition.
At least we've got some laughter, goofs and gaffs. They have a reason to be happy, obviously. They are leading versus the
Some
last remaining
Brazilians.
favorite.
Some Brazilians and some Americans and a Serb.
Somos brasileiros. Isso aí. MIBR. Somos made in Brazil.
We are reading body language because we actually don't know. Is that a
Esses
gotcha
cara
gasm?
viajam.
Because we don't know. Oh, yep.
Põe meme no
Those are some
celular.
nips.
This is, I think it's
Põe no
Tarek.
celular dos brother.
Oh, that's Turok nips.
That's quality nipples.
Major winning nipples.
Terrifying.
Suckle them for success.
We don't know. We are reading body language not because it's more fun,
Yeah.
because we have to. We know as much as you do.
Probably less.
And that could mean a lot.
Yeah.
It could mean a little. They're cheering. I'm cheering. I think we're going to get back into this.
E aí, mano, beleza?
Well, if we do, we need to evacuate.
Tá
the
assistindo
booth.
aí MBR
It's a
também?
fire hazard.
It's a fire hazard.
There's
in
9 people in there. 10
some
people.
Country. I mean, people aren't going to start fires.
Tá jogando CS, tá parado.
Some
Como é que
people
tá a
do.
vida
Some
aí?
people do, yeah. But what are you saying about these people? You think they're going to start fires?
Not while they're winning.
Pausado.
No, while they're winning, yeah.
Yeah.
Ser dos cara lá,
That'd be
porcaria,
dumb.
quebrou tudo.
Most certainly.
Because then they'd probably lose.
We're going to have a tense, slow zoom.
I love tense slow zooms. It's very, it's kind of romantic.
Does look like we're equipping ourselves to rejoin the battle. Resume the action.
I'm ready for them.
the sad reality, again, once more, is that even if MVP continue with the success they're having here on Inferno, the moment they switch to Dust 2, they're going to lose. So, unfortunately, I mean, they gave us unless they have a miraculous turnaround on Dust 2 and they've learned how to play it overnight.
I bet they had some Dust 2 conversations. I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah. But I mean, this makes us par for the course, right? If there is going to be any extension in this series, then it needs to be Inferno. So good for MVP in the sense that they're at least picking up some rounds. They've got 2 over top of their opponents for the time being, and a frag grenade gives chase to Zyne. He just wanted to leave, and he got way more than he asked for.
I will say I would still be absolutely blown away if MVP took this map. I mean, as much as it seems like they will, and as much as they've made it as close to a reality as is necessary with the win of a pistol, the win of a numerical win of the half, like they're definitely getting there. They're checking the boxes, but it's still going to be absolutely incredible if they win this map. This would be unprecedented. Banana is theirs. They have control of the banana, the top of the banana. They're peeling it open.
Got to be quick, though, because the CTs are coming in from behind.
They missed a Molotov, and they got scouted in the face.
Fallen hasn't missed his first shot, so some kills coming in. coldzera's got himself a second, and Tarek wins the round. 4 pistol kills in less than 4 seconds. They just make it look so easy.
I'm going to need more of these audience cams.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have more audience cams come in. That was great.
That's nuts. I mean, you saw the proactive flank going on for MIBR. They knew exactly what was coming their way, and somebody had to make some kind of an initial play in order to just slow it down that 1 minute second. And who was it? Fallen on the scout, the only primary that was picked up by the Brazilians in that round. Just moments later, the rest of MVP wind up dead.
You know that as soon as that scout shot hits and connects, they are absolutely shooketh.
Yeah, something's going wrong.
All right. And is this the beginning of the end of the 3rd round after the pistol?
It would seem so. It would seem so. Tarek locking down the pit side. I think he had some fantastic plays outside of that balcony yesterday versus their initial opponents, and I've been pretty impressed with just his general A play. His decision-making and taking duels down lane or just keeping himself very reserved and quiet inside of pit seemed to be spot on over and over.
That was eloquently put, and I would love to add on to it, but you kind of covered everything, so thank you for that. Going to be interesting to compare and contrast that first half and how ZynWow played the balcony / pit position with Tarek, who, as you mentioned yesterday, did a great job himself. Fur was also a terror in the hall. So many things coming out. All the ADR for coldzera.
Couple of kills on top of it, but there is still a chance here for MVP. They've been spotted on both sides. Stewie's coming in hot from behind. And I don't know if they realize just how boxed in they are. It's traded back by Zeta, and he's going to try to bail, at least to sell the ruse. He is not, in fact, heading towards B, and now Fallen knows this. So the defenders should just keep themselves honed in. And Tarek puts one between his eyes. Double digits first found by MIBR.
That's a nice way to kick things off. The top mid crossfire looking stalwart. Back in the driver's seat potentially, at least earning themselves another save. No reason to drop guns for SMGs. They've at least got Fur, and you know he's holding W. He said if he's not getting the eco kills, he doesn't know who is.
Whoa. coldzera nearly lines up a collateral. Don't stand up.
3, 2. Oh, whoa. Wait a second.
He'll follow up onto Glow, who is trying to give chase. Tarek with another kill over towards the A site, so that initial foray is now gone. Fur, he's continued all the way out of the apartments, more aggressive than anybody else. And even that pays off without too much of a cost. He's fallen to 21 health, but retreat looks good in his books.
not looking to lose more casualties. MIBR
Bom,
have
acho que
decided to
GG já, GGWP.
give up on the chase.
Pois
I
é,
think that's
como
smart
não
at this
pegou.
point. MVP have certainly earned the respect of patience
Não, não é ao vivo.
from MIBR.
Ao vivo
Did I say,
é lá no
did I
Gaules.
say MVP? Okay.
Aqui eu tô
MIBR
alguns segundos atrás.
are going to be patient because MVP have earned it.
Alguns segundos atrás aqui.
Cash is going to allow for that MVP purchase and op in the hands of Zeta. So many teams just completely forego the op on Inferno T
O
side.
cara ainda falou, don't stand up.
See how they decide to
Levantou e o tiro
use
não
it.
pegou. É stick rate 128 aí.
You don't use it, you
You
lose
lose
it.
it.
Tá
That's
precisando
actually a
de
big
stick
fact.
rate melhor. Os desenvolvedores
Life.
do jogo aí, quanto mais stick rate melhor pra nós, menos bala perdida.
Gotta keep that knife sharp. Coordinated utility on Banana. Not just Molotovs,
Não é
not just
ao vivo
nades,
não,
not
é
just
tipo
smokes.
isso aí. É 12 segundos atrás. Oof.
Traded right back, fallen on damage control. He has been very consistent towards this B site. And I feel like Fallen, of all people, he always knows when to just disengage. And also do this.
Yeah,
Move forward.
That was
like
great.
he-
I mean, the flash was perfect.
Yeah.
And he went right back into it.
Ah,
And,
não,
you know,
flash perfeito, ó, os
it's
cara falaram
the
aí.
opposite of a dry. It's a wet peak.
Moist.
Wet peak right through the
Nice
smoke.
play, então.
Through the rolling crowds. The rolling clouds comes the thunder. But he's in and out. He's fallen back now. With the M4 shying just out of sight of this prying scope. Lining up a flash from the oranges.
Just as Fur gets himself a kill, but he can't get a second just yet. He could spam through that smoke, but he's only got 6 shots in the mag. And he prioritizes the reload. Good call. Teammates coming over in abundance. As MIBR still hold the man advantage. We're seeing the flashbangs come out from the site itself, and they're being chucked the other way. Smoke
Muita team play.
not going to help whatsoever. Zayn anticipating a peek off of the banana will never find anybody in this direction because the entirety of MIBR reside inside construction. Zeta revealed as he does drop the first body. CT's trying to move in with the Molotov. It's a great way to flush him out, but now Zayn's going to try to clutch this, and the time's playing into his favor. He's got the first, but not the next. Tarek's on the bomb, and it's going to be close, but
Oh,
he's got it.
just in the nick of time. And I gotta say, I am astounded by the amount of MIBR fans in the crowd.
Quase 12.
I wonder if they're,
Os caras não, tão com dinheiro.
If they're cheering for anything good that happens. Like, are they?
Sobrando dinheiro, ó.
I mean,
Já
there's
fizeram
definitely
a
some
conta, só
dedicated,
4.000,
you know,
já tem o
Tarek,
próximo
Fallen
round
fans in the
ganhando
crowd.
mesmo
A lot of
dinheiro,
MIBR
cara.
fans in the crowd, it seems. It's definitely a very MIBR-centric crowd, I feel like.
No, I feel like they've been a mixed bag. I don't think we've had any biases in terms of crowds so far.
A mixed bag, yeah.
So they're
Tá
just
aí,
happy
tá
to have
muito
some
bom,
CS.
Tá jogando demais,
I'm all for it.
demais.
There was once an op for the T side. Now there's a double op on the CT side. It's been afforded for them. Great grenades, but just a little too far. And because of that, Fallen's patient long enough to catch out Zeph.
It's such a precise lineup. You know, the off is going to be exactly in the same place. But the lineup is just so precise. If he had just been hit in the face, they were thrown a little bit lower. That would have been an op out of the round. Zeph would still be alive. The legend of Zeph would live on. Young Zephe. We'd be talking about Zeph.
Só tomou na
But now it's
base.
5v4. And now it's the hardest point. The hardest thing to do. It's to be 4v5 and to try to find a kill to even up. Cold Zero might give them a chance, but this is a pretty tight crossfire. Both relatively aggressive, but they are supporting each other so well.
Que isso,
And it does get eaten out.
salvou o game.
They at least deal with it, but there's Tarek from the back
Hã?
to do what he
Salva
did.
dupla aí, very cool.
Again from that
All
balcony
yesterday,
position.
yeah. Or all earlier today, actually.
Tá vendo? Quando ele não rusha, dá
Consistently
bom, dá
locking
bom.
things down from that spot. It was really the crossfire. You saw the poor guy coming in. The first and second player were each looking the wrong direction for the CT setup. You know, first man's watching Porch when the peek's on Arch. Trade frag's not able to come through. Neither is the full buy, really. It's desperation from MVP as they're still seeking their double digits. Confident as he throws himself down middle. Nearly costs himself his life, but it'll cost him 89 HP instead. And in the grand scheme of things, it's better than being dead.
Few things are not, to be fair. Will Fallen we be rewarded from this kind of similar spot? How wide will the peak be? Not very.
Whoa.
Wow.
Zeph tries to go hopping forward.
Oh
my God. Fallen with one and two as Stu does the same. He wants that third. The B site is a full house. It's Zeta to pick up the kill, and that's going to create an opening in a 1 versus 3 scenario. Damn, Fallen.
That was one obtuse no scope.
Give him a chance. Give them a chance.
He has a family.
Got mouths to feed. There's no time for fun.
Kill distribution on MIBR is insanely tight. Tarek, I think, has 20 kills against somehow quiet 20 from Tarek. And oof, I don't even know, man.
It's so sick. And then right after Fallen just dispatches of the 2 initial kills, Stewie hits this perfect flashbang and a duo peek for his own.
Let's put him directly into the ground.
Yep. 2 individual plays, catching 4 kills accumulatively. Fallen's not stopping now. 17 and 14 is he. We talked about that kill distribution from MIBR, and he is racking up the frags. Coldzera, with the utility in his face, throws down a smoke of his own, and his op shot calls the attention of the 2 Ts here in mid. Tarek's going to try and make the most of this situation, but he doesn't want to gamble all too much.
Fallen grows hungrier, making his way all the way down Banana. 3 kills now as he gains map control, and Coldzera is totally aware of a potential threat of Zynwell capitalizing through his smoke. Fallen, will he be flanked? It seems like there's no hope. And this will force some pretty hasty rotates. That being said, I mean, there's no chance Zeph wins this, right?
Unless he predicts it, but I highly doubt that. Stewie, gonna give him a second chance at life. Gives an opening. And he's gonna try to catch him coming back from apps, which would be the right call. However, there's a player over towards Graveyard that's here to help. Good synergy there between Tarek and Stu. They sniff Zeph out, and they deal with the threat, putting us on map point, excuse me.
MVP so far are defined by some creative solutions on CT side, some really strong individual efforts, a lackluster T side, but it's also just been very, like, a really strong series of holds from MIBR. Like this, they are looking incredibly hard to deal with all of a sudden.
What a complete and utter turnaround.
Oh, they're going through all the fire, flames, and nade damage.
Whoa, and the collateral, why not? This B bomb site is just closed for business. Don't even try. Last man up's gonna give it his all. UMP runs dry. Fallen in his corner position with a bomb at his feet, and his teammates coming in. Tarek with a shank.
What a great way to close it out.
Quick one once we swap sides, because there was that re-emergence from MVP. Looked as though they were finding their footing in their opponent's map choice, but it was the swapping of the sides, the changing of the guard that really allowed for MIBR to come into that win, and I would have to say most of it's off of the B side. Stewie and Fallen weren't moving.
Yeah, the immovable rocks. They stood there, got 2 kills apiece. Fallen's op got stronger by the round, and Stewie looked mad. Stewie was mad the whole time, I felt like. It's mad on the fragging, on the entries on T
Nice
side,
cabelo,
and
yeah.
on CT side. Absolutely fearsome.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's the thing as well. We go back to their series yesterday. Fallen has been looking fantastic. And if Fallen is returning to form and getting all these sorts of multi-frag type rounds, then it's going to be a very real beast in the form of these Brazilians. Everybody's hitting shots. Everybody's looking great.
Que a MIBR fez pique.
Yeah.
Poor guys. Poor guys on MVP. Folks, we'll be back with the second map.
Vai ter mais uma. É melhor de 3. É melhor de 3. Então, quem vencer 2 passa da semifinal, né? É semifinal, nem sei agora. Vamos ver aqui a estatística. Rotarik. 22, Fallen 20, Steel e 18. Os caras tão bem, mano. Tão matando bem. Tá dando gosto de ver. Começaram meio devagarzinho, mas foi bem. Começaram devagarzinho, mas foram bem, mano. Recuperaram. Ó o Glow, mano. 9/19, mano. Matou mais.
Skybox. Stairs.
Nothing great ever happened without a witness. With the power to capture comes the need to share.
Check this.
Followed by the eyeballs and loud mouths chomping at the bit.
That was nuts.
The fate of the game rests in your hands.
Check this out. No.
Oh my god.
There's nothing to chance. Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
16/9, tá? Será uns 10 minutinhos pra começar o próximo. Acho que não sei se deixar rodando pra pagar
大家好，我係劉偉強。觀眾喺我電影裏面睇到香港好特別嘅一面。Postcard。大家好，我係劉偉強。觀眾喺我電影裏面睇到香港好特別嘅一面。Postcard 可以令遊客更加認識香港。呢啲可能係遊客眼中嘅香港，有好多真實、地道、獨特嘅嘢，可能被忽略咗。所以新一批 Postcard 應該係展現香港今日嘅特色。要同我一齊 upload 自己嘅相，將你眼中嘅香港 show 俾大家睇。你嘅作品有機會印成 Postcard，俾全世界人認識我哋地道嘅香港。
Consegue me escutar agora? Beleza.
好高興我哋 PCCW Global 成為大會指定嘅國際網絡供應商。PCCW Global is committed to delivering the best network solutions so gamers can
Escalar meu
always
time
perform
aqui
at
no
their
Cartola
best.
enquanto não começa, hein? Já volto.
咁今次 PCCW Global 提供俾我哋嘅服務就係
Mercado
個
fecha
國
às
際方面網絡
14,
服
hein?
務啦。咁就係將我哋會場連接到去比賽
Mercado
商
fecha
場
às
同埋全球
14,
嘅
quem não
直播網
escalou
絡。咁可以
ainda
俾到我哋
pode
喺
ir
一
por
個好穩定嘅
Corinthians
情
aí
況底
que
下
é
直播
nóis.
賽事去全世界。
A gente mora aqui no sul, mas a gente é Corinthians.
PCCW Global provide the esports industry with outstanding IT infrastructure and technical support, letting gamers focus on gaming.
PCCW Global, connecting gamers globally.
Watch games and win free prizes. Earn free coins when you watch CSGO, Fortnite, and PUBG. Use your coins to
Ó, o
predict the
Flamengo
match
tá bom
and
pra
win
escalar
free
também,
crates.
mano. Vai pegar a
Or
babinha.
enter your coins directly into our huge grand raffles.
No gol, Cássio,
Hundreds of
monstrão.
winners every
Passa
day,
nada.
24/7. Watch and win prizes. 100% free to play. Win.sliver.tv. Available on web and mobile apps.
Athletes aren't just born. They're molded from the core. A core of strength. A core of laser focus. A core that can handle anything. A core that sweats the small stuff. A core that's the difference maker, game changer, world shocker. You see, hard work makes the athlete.
Que
But
isso,
the
Cássio
Intel Core
capitão.
i7
Vai mitar
processor
nessa rodada.
makes you unstoppable.
Esse jogo não começa nunca. Bom, 2 minutos então pra retornar o jogo. pausa pro próximo jogo. Os dislikes é por conta que não é uma transmissão oficial, né? Então a galera da transmissão oficial, eles entram, né? É uma prática, né? Eles entram nos canais que não são oficiais e dão dislike no vídeo. É por isso dos dislikes. Gaules tá fazendo. Se você mudar lá pro Gal, você vai pegar a live tempo real, tempo sucesso aí. A minha tá com um delayzinho.
Yeah, if you tuned in, you know, 15, 20 minutes in, it would have looked like how do they even get those 8 to 9 rounds? But if you did start from the beginning, you would have remembered that there was actually a lot of great things that MVP did early on to earn the rounds. A lot of it pointed back to Zynwell.
Yeah, most certainly.
And if I saw a guy with that name, I would instantly report him.
Yep. 100%. I mean, it's like anime profile pictures.
Exactly.
Just get him out of here.
He's got the exclamation mark and the happy face. I'm mad already. Just thinking about it, I'm seething.
You can see his eyebrows.
Ugh.
God. See, this is why you're intimidated. It looks like that.
Thank you to
Gaules, ele tá transmitindo oficialmente, ele tá com controle dos bonecos.
Best mouse that I have ever used in my life.
Is it the wireless one?
It's the wireless G Pro.
Aqui eu tô com uns 10 segundos de atraso, Henrique.
The provider
Mas no
of the
Gal
hardware
lá
that
tá...
our players are currently using, but also, of course, the organizer of this entire tournament. Not only do they have this organized esport event, but they also have a lot
com o jogo
of
aberto,
weekly
tá
and monthly
assistindo,
cups and
controlando
tournaments on
e
their platform
mexendo
too.
na
So if you
visão
guys
que
are
ele
into
quer
that,
lá
if
dentro
you're
do
into
jogo.
competing on your own regard, then head on over to ZOTAC Cup and check out what they offer.
And also, they
Eu, assim como
specialize in
vocês
small
também, tô
PCs.
só assistindo.
So go ahead and look those up because those are actually
Tô assistindo pela HLTV, se vocês quiserem assistir em tempo real também. HLTV.org, partidas vai estar lá. MIBR.
We saw MVP get destroyed by Virtus Pro here on Dust 2. I don't think their job has gotten any easier, but since the stakes are higher than ever, with elimination on the line, maybe MVP can dig deep and come out with something unexpected. It's the pistol round that would certainly help them out.
Valeu aí, Henrique Gilberto.
60 grand on the line for the winner
Valeu
of this.
mesmo.
Yeah, it's true. Remember, that's the thing. This is a $300,000 event. There is no prize pool for 8th to 4th position, and first place gets $200,000 of $300,000.
$300,000.
Money. Kills. MVP pick up 3 off of the catwalk. Cold Zera's left all alone. And he's already got himself somewhat of a response, but he's got himself some certain work to get to. It's not going to be easy. Crossfire's all over the place. He's anticipating a peek out from the doors.
É 2 HS
How
passar
many shots
na
got
porta
left?
aí.
8 in the mag. 40 seconds to the clock. Flash to the dirt.
Os caras não vão pra cima. Eles sabem
Imagine that
quem é
guy
a
dies at
Coldzera.
top mid. I mean, it's on. At that point, it really is just like, I think there's a chance. He's peeking so much too. I don't know. I feel like maybe there's a world. Maybe there's a world somewhere where that, happens. But it didn't in this
Só
one.
o pistol.
MVP
Pode
win a
perder os
pistol. They
3
start off
primeiros
strong on
rounds
CT
de
side.
boa, tranquilo, sem terror.
No, it'll definitely be a sign as to how proficient
Bom, eu
they
acho esse
are
mapa
on
muito
Dust 2
CT.
if they
Então, qualquer
can or
pontinho
cannot
que
play
fizer
an
de
anti-ego
TR, eu acho
properly.
que já ajuda.
We'll see where they are in their comfort zone. Fallen scouting mid, as if they won the second round. No tag is out, but there is also no opponent to stop him. Tarek comes through, slides in with the great crosshair placement, but the shot goes a bit high, and 3 players over on long decide to disperse. Very common setup. You have 3 players go long early. Meta near the end of Old Dust 2. Just because you stop a long rush, which is one of the most important things for terrorists to try to pull off. And sometimes the early round was the best time to do it.
Where do you go from a position like this, where you're at a minute 15 and you have no map control, nothing to work with whatsoever, other than still do scout? I guess it's just going to be the Congo line. They try to burst out towards pit. Zyn's got support. He's also got himself that first opening kill. So many bodies, so much damage.
Nossa, na smoke.
Fallen through smoke
Tem mais
yet
tem
again.
mais um.
He's going to spot himself another kill, and he takes it. Fallen is playing fantastic this series.
That was a pre-fire. I mean, that was a spam through the smoke.
Nossa!
Oh my God.
Que bala.
Stew balls. Throw it in the pot.
And a deagle to get it done. What a bounce back from MIBR. They're just playing with their food, Mohan.
Tamo no
They
jogo.
didn't want the pistol. They wanted to add insult to injury, psychological warfare.
Well, maybe they should grow up.
Maybe they
Oh,
should.
sorry, I just freaked out. Playing with their food.
Que isso, mano. Que bala.
Scout on the other side. Do to them what was done to you. That's what MVP will seek to do.
Oh,
But
que
Stewie's got the
isso.
best of
Dois
it.
That's just
tiros.
nasty.
Still a scout up from Solo. Player towards Catwalk spotted by Coldzera as he works his way quickly and swiftly through tunnels.
Olha o Fer onde já tá. Nossa, mano.
Wow.
Kills and
GG, mano.
headshots aplenty. Here's the thing, you're already struggling because you're on a map that you're maybe not that necessarily formidable on, and you're also happening to play against some of the best in the world who are hot right now.
Yeah, it's weird.
Já
I mean,
era. Mais round. O
they
Fer
know
só
Dust 2.
marcando.
We all do. We all do. I think that it's definitely a map that I feel like was the least played or least
Por que ele fez
liked
isso, cara?
among top teams, even the old Dust 2 in the pool in terms of like safe picks. Not maybe not necessarily liked on just like a personal level, but
Não
liked
faz
as a
sentido
team.
nenhum aquilo.
I think a lot of teams found it hard to be consistent on Dust 2.
Melhorou aí?
I think it is a very scary map.
É que eu falo
It's
baixo
kind of
mesmo.
scary on both sides.
Falo
There's no
bem
comfort
baixo.
side. TT side, very punishing.
They've hunted
Boa.
down their final target, so that's a swept board for MIBR.
Acho que
The
ele não
result, of
quis
course, is
entregar
a
ali mais uma K
completely
pra
flat
MIBR. Por isso que ele deixou ela
for MVP
escondidinha.
to try and deal with. How many SMGs do we still have in play? I see one
Vamos
for
lá, quem
Tarek.
tá de scout? Fallen e o
And that's
Steel.
it, 'cause there's an AK for Stewie.
Steel e vai do quê?
So one SMG, full rifles, that scout still for Fallen. Everybody's ready to rock and roll in what will be an easy peasy pickup. It is just the USPs. This is vanilla. As vanilla as it gets.
Cuidado.
Just like this default, standard
nice
practice.
bang.
Flash into lower. Players spread out, watching one per choke point. Zeta's here up on Cat in a very cute angle with a Zeus. And Stewie is happy to take a fight. He's been looking for it. He's game. Oh!
Ah, tá.
And Zeta recognized that
Vem com essa pra
perhaps be a
cima
little
do
bit
Fer.
farther away
Vem.
than he'd like.
Just clotheslined. Solo tries to give chase into the tons, but that's just going to cost him his life. Coldzera attempting to peek and pry into middle, caught off guard by Zeph, but he's still able to snap back and take the
Gema,
head
essa
of
partida
all these
acabou.
aggressors. Everybody's
Mais
trying
10
for MVP to get
minutos
something
tá
done,
16
and
a
we saw
0.
damage dished out onto
Os
2.
caras estão muito confiantes, muito
Damage
confiantes.
doesn't mean much at the end of things. MVP PK could force a purchase, but it would leave them with a lackluster buy. So they're going to have to take one more on the chin. They'll come in with a couple bells and whistles, but not all they would hope for.
Might have been able to spend a little bit more money than this, I think, on a couple more pieces of utility. And Coldzera, look at all those flashes. That is absolutely fantastic. Running out
Coldzera,
backwards
que
all the way
jogada
across
foi
the
essa,
pit.
cara?
3 to 4 seconds, just you could hear those flashes popping behind him like fireworks.
4x2, mais um ponto garantido tranquilamente.
To make
Coldzera
this job
mito.
all the easier. And it wasn't much of a struggle already.
O Steel
Bit
marcando
of a consolation prize for Solo as he gets his paws on an M4, tucks tail, and heads towards T-spawn.
Bomba plantada pro
Stewie is still
fundo.
in a position here to deny any kind of a save.
O Steel continua
So it's not
marcando ali
clear skies
o
nor
meio, as
waters for
costas.
MVP ahead.
O Steel já
Certainly
ouviu,
when you
acho.
consider this is already a 4-1 lead. But we haven't seen a gun round
dar a
yet really
cabeça.
out of MVP.
Boa.
So let's anticipate that in the next
Salva
one.
essa Deagle aí, já sabe que tem um no TR. Falenzão.
Fallen.
Fallen.
Professional scouter. absolutely fantastic with the weapon.
Uma curiosidade, quem não sabia, Fallen era Fallen
Solo's found a safe
Angel.
box. But
Num
it's on
passado
zombie
aí,
mode.
bem distante,
He's gonna
quando ele
get chased
começou.
down. Spam from behind. Damaged in the smoke. Manages to take one casualty in Tarek before falling. And now the real guns are out. Solo insta-buys that op.
They had no
Olha isso.
clue.
Dude,
Olha essa
Cold, that was
jogada do
super cool
Coldzera.
how they chained those flashes. It was just really well timed. And it's something that like was talked about a long time ago by Freiburg, with how with executes you need to flash as people are going out, and people can run out half blind. And when you think about how much ground you can cover, just half
Muita
blind, knowing
confiança
your
passar
opponents will
ali,
be either full blind
Tão muito confiante.
or also half blind. It can be extremely beneficial for you as a terrorist when the game is coming down to this, just these like few meters that you need to get through.
Olha essa team play,
Doubles in the
bangou,
details.
ele entra. É disso que eu tô falando, team play.
Milliseconds of timing. Smoke in front of Zeph as his teammates retreat closer towards the bomb site itself.
Que isso, Renan, você viu essa jogada dele, mano? Você viu onde ele tava em questão de segundos, mano. Ele podia ter matado o cara na faca, ele não quis, falou, não vou matar na faca. Vou dar uns tirinhos nele aqui e vou dar um HS naquele outro que tá panguando ali também. Coldzera é muito maior que Simple.
Fur is poking
Coldzera é
around,
mito.
peeking and prodding. Wow and a friend have fallen back. Zeph has had
Varado.
fantastic input. Great trade from Zeta. Almost as impressive as the one Fallen had. And a player jumping off of Cat will put pressure on Zeta, who is now down to just 48. Hey, what a flick!
Bombs thrown out on top of the box as well. Fur just gets mowed down as he falls off of box. That was quite nasty. So the AWP for Zeta is going to get himself a couple of kills. Now there's a double op as well for the CT side. So that's a solid round for them to try and bounce back in. We don't see them just, get through on wobbly legs with a single or two players up. It's a solid attempt and a solid situation for them to have, but this is exactly what unfolded on Inferno. We had a strong start from MIBR. We had what looked like a comeback from MVP, and then once the game was tied, the Brazilians took everything back into their hands and smashed their Korean opponents. Not this time, Stu. He tries to pull a Coldzera, and speak of the devil, he's the next one dead. It's that AWP floating in the hands of Zeta that seems to be dealing the damage towards this A site. So let's see how MIBR can change that moving forward. Let's see if they can reel this round back into the realm of possibility.
Make it more
Já fizeram
likely.
4 de TR, tá excelente.
Deciding to peer out into
Virar com 7 pontos de TR,
center
mano,
of the
CT,
map.
mano, ninguém passa por eles.
knows there will probably be a threat in CT. Certainly the easier angle to clear. It's going to cause a reaction. HE could be good, but could have been better too. Yeah, basically the last two set nades they had used.
Vou trocar aqui então, ó. Dá mó trabalho trocar.
All those missed shots, but still what's most important is the entry goes the way of MIBR, and then Solo picks up a shot onto Furt. It's going to be followed up close, missing his opportunity to dwindle down the numbers. Tarek, all that's left over. And now that they know where he's at, he shall just plant this bomb. He's pinned in and dealt with.
Ficou melhor?
Sign, not
Desculpa
wasting
aí,
any
atrapalhei
time and coming up from tunnel so quickly.
A pedidos, troquei pouquinho de canto ali.
Taking their third.
MIBR did identify the weakness in that round by going for mid. And I like the double smokes, like the insurance smoke, to make sure no one can jump up, and that's becoming more and more necessary on Dust 2. And after they got out, I think it was a surprise for whoever it was that got into the window.
Tão chegando.
I feel like Fallen felt like he put enough pressure on CT to make sure that that was impossible, but that wasn't the case. Good entry from Tarek, and nonetheless a good attempt from MIBR on the mid round, down a man, but also a great recovery from MVP.
Os caras tão mirado.
Got some close presence over towards long A from MVP. They're toying with the idea of going in here. Smokes on each side, and shots reveal the presence of the T's. This is a duel of the opposites.
Ah, Fallen.
Solo finds his kill. It's Fallen down for the count. The first casualty of this 8th round.
Ainda dropou a
It's
C4.
the one that would make the difference. Tie us at 4 apiece.
Ó, eles dominaram o fundo, casinha.
They're kind of spread thinly across
Ó,
the center of the
essa
map
one-way
right now.
smoke.
With Stewie trying to lurk out for a kill. There's one.
Isso,
And a second.
nossa,
What a
tá
clean
dominado.
headshot.
Vira B, pega
Just to
C4,
compliment his
vira.
own first frag.
Estão demorando muito.
Snuck right in. They never saw it coming. Obliterated.
O Fer vai fazer o costinho.
Tarek now wants to
Tariq vai
hammer
fazer
this
o
one home.
costinho.
He's going to give chase towards
Eu tenho
Catwalk,
quantos
trying
dentro
to
do
keep
B? Já
it
tenho
silent.
2
First
dentro
spotting
do
the
B.
man up in spawn. Clearly, MVP know what's going on, and they're able to hold off on this flank. They're actually dealing some substantial damage back versus
Tristes
MIBR.
2. Só
Somehow
recua pro
are actually
bombe.
down a man now. After the bomb has gone off. It's already past the halfway point. I don't think there's time to recover this. Basically decided to chase
Os caras
early.
não tem que fazer, tem
And
tempo.
there's Zion just to
Eles não vão tentar,
try to
não é
hold
possível.
Stewie as long as possible,
Nem dá.
but low chance that
O
he'll
Code,
get killed.
Code confiante. Boa, 5.
Nice consolation prize in those final 2 kills, at the very least. But MIBR will take the round every day.
Yeah, good job on Stewie there and his teammates as well to create the distraction. You can see not only was he crisp on the aim, but those players so concerned with any kind of middle play that he found 2 heads turned and smashed them both wide open.
Like a couple of melons.
Pesca uma tira, mano.
Watermelon.
Bom, pescou fundo. Opa, tecou.
Zion not alone towards this long A play. He had Zeph with him. But that's a tag and a kill coming out from Fallen. And look at Stewie go. He's trying to do this once more, catching players off guard.
Nossa.
Excellently done by Zeta to at least take a player with him. That had
Já
to be a
sabe que
fast flick and
encosta,
quick
já tão
reaction.
cercado.
But speaking of quickness, look at them just charge and
trocar
pummel
com
their way up the
Coldzera.
catwalk. They've got these CTs at a loss, and this is where I think the abuse can start to come through. If MIBR are not playing respectful, if they're not taking their time and not allowing for MVP to get into their setups, if they're playing fast Counter-Strike launders, then I think this is where they could certainly start to fumble. Because think about what we see from MVP in terms of this A defense. It's been that setup towards long, generally with 2 or 3 players. And if you're doing that at the beginning of the round, if MIBR are aware of that early presence, then they can correctly assume that both Catwalk and Middle will be weaker for the taking.
Tô curtindo, mano.
Especially if they do it really quick, which is what we've seen now 2 rounds in a row.
E outra, não só team play, né, mano? O Steel e o Tariq, mano, eles jogam muito,
MIBR
cara.
absolutely capitalizing on the
faz uma
chaos.
puta diferença. Aí você põe os caras que jogam muito, mais um team play ferrado, nasce a MIBR de hoje em
was
dia.
allowed at this tournament. Would you like to play it? No, it's not allowed.
Mas eu quero ver no Major.
That'll work.
Tô ansioso pelo Major. Mês que vem
Don't ban it then, 'cause
o bicho vai pegar.
Double up setup for the T side. Still remember a couple guns in play because of the remnants.
Tipo, mano, todo mundo joga de AW. Não tem verdadeiro
There is no long
fixo.
A presence here from MVP this time.
Se liga
and sure
nesse
enough, look
time,
what happens
cara.
because of that. MIBR, they just go creeping outwards. I feel as though they're trying to condition MVP away from long A so that they can go back into taking that at the beginning of rounds. Because when we started this T side, that's exactly what MIBR begun with.
Agora
Rapid
sempre,
A
pode
long
anotar aí.
plays. Something that was shut down by the op presence,
Primeiro
shut
mapa,
down by the heavy
quem que é?
stacks,
Winston.
and now instead MVP
Primeiro
hit up
mapa
Cat.
já ganhamos, foi
that's
16
where
a
they'll hold
9,
with their
foi
pistols.
inferno. Segundo mapa, pique MIBR 6 a 3 por
They
enquanto.
have gotten somebody in pit. They have this line of sight. They've denied it. Now it's Cat, the harder part of A to hold safely. There's nowhere where one person can stand and not get completely mollied out or straight up peaked and destroyed. Something where you gotta rely on this, like a wall like this. Somebody who's got an op.
E aquele boost
and
ali?
Zion actually falls off of his post, but I don't think felt safe anyway.
The op of solos. Good
Olha
enough
esse
for the first. Now we're
boost.
gonna get the run boost. Soaring
Nossa!
over. Stewie uses the
Que
moment to
team
catch
play,
himself a
que team
kill.
play.
Fallen as well off of the AK, dwindling the defense at this A site. And
Oh!
Stewie just
Mano, tá vendo?
continues
Não
on.
tem
It's him and
verdadeiro,
Fallen
mas
to
é
seal
todo
the
mundo
deal as
verdadeiro, ó.
MIBR soar forward.
Wow.
Na
Unreal.
onde
A lot of
cai
story in that
a W, os caras
Flying all
jogam.
over the place.
Cai no Cold e joga. Não, mentira. Só no Fair que não rola. Mas aí tudo bem, dá pra entender.
And it's just getting so hectic at the near the close of the rounds.
Precisa
The way
acabar
these
logo
kills
esse jogo aí,
are
mano.
coming through.
Vamos
And
aí,
that was
MIBR.
around that
Tem
at
que sair,
some
mano.
USPs, kind of a
A
write-off.
mulher já tá doida, tá brava já.
Oh, they rush up Cat. Zeta has to fall off his spot. There's a small opportunity there to get a kill instantly. And now that he's either game helper or falling back, they can just think again about what to do. They've got cat control
Olha
at a
quem
minute 30.
chegou.
They're starting to check
Oi.
the boxes of this default without sparing any time. Oh my god.
Nossa, que linda. Você tá passando
duel.
Yeah. That was very honest, like straight up team map
62 pessoas te assistindo.
style fight that he wanted. Zine was up for the challenge.
Shall succeed, keeping
Mas
things
meia
even
horinha tá
4v4. I feel like with the minute on the clock, you can definitely allocate some of this time to the AWP players on the T side, or to Coldzera. He's just gonna run out, find an entry, clearing the corners up close. Glow also in very close proximity to 2, and now there's another player behind him, so he doesn't expect that op. Fallen has him down for the count. And then the T's on the cross to
Ai, aí, ó.
Zeta,
Tá vendo? Falei.
who doesn't mind a man up close. Coldzera
Estão escutando aí?
denied.
Aí, vida, estão falando aquela live suave com a patroa e a dogzeira. Ela falou, é isso mesmo.
MIBR doing exactly what they did in the first map, which was give a little wiggle room for MVP.
7-3. Só tem o Mané vivo.
And then just really put the pedal to the
Com
metal.
4 de vida.
Establish a significant lead.
Cê é louco, os caras são um rushador, olha se falem.
Zeta definitely found safety here in the inside of long. And there isn't really much to change. They can MIBR can abuse mid, they can abuse long control, and it is relatively uncontested in the rounds that they do decide to go there. Conditioning has paid off, and it's put MVP in a tough spot economically.
Whoa. Not one, but 2 players tagged.
Toma esse varado.
3 op shots were hit that round.
Yeah. And only 3 shots fired. Zeph needs not a very large gun. Pistol headshot's good enough to drop fur. He's been denied now on 2 duels, back-to-back rounds. But unfortunately for MVP, they cannot contain this mid presence whatsoever. They just don't have the tools appropriate for the situation. One op on solo, lingering towards the A site. Zeph's over on long. So poor old
Acabando,
Glow,
acho que mais uns
Eagle
20
at 19
minutos
health
acaba
is the
aqui.
only line of defense towards
Tá
the B
cobrando.
site, but clearly
Quer
with the bomb
almoçar.
still in spawn,
Almoçamos
MIBR
ainda.
are working their options.
Coisa
They're
deixa
working the
rolando aí,
time.
vocês terminam de assistir
Ample
enquanto eu
opportunities still
almoço.
at this point.
Play the clock, it can be your best friend. Absolutely. Let's see what they do here. 4 players up. Established presence on Cat. I think MVP are quite ready for Cat takes. Near the end of Dust 2, 5 Cats were so strong where you have a couple players drop. And no gimmicks, just try to run up and wrap on the players at long. Solo here from Markelov. Takes 1 shot, falls to the side. Lots of positions now. He can slight his way in.
No bomb, no bomb.
Zine with a second. Yes, he hits both headshots. He completely bamboozles them, and he puts it onto Coldzera, who's already tagging up the other targets. A single player left up close to his left. He's got him.
Que isso,
He's
ele é
got
muito
him dead
mito.
to rights.
Olha isso. Tá de
Wow,
brincadeira.
that was a really strange set of kills
E
right
aí,
there.
o que você tá aprontando aí? Hein? O que você tá
Patience on that
aprontando?
P250, the clean headshots from the default box. It definitely didn't seem like as the last line of defense that he was going to go ahead and deliver.
No, especially the way he prioritized the player in the back. He hits the one that had already thought
Foi o
things had been
Inston
cleared.
Nick falou da
And then
patroa.
still
De
had
duro
presence
mesmo.
of mind and ability to snap to the second.
Ela tá
Solid
te
stuff with that
mandando beijo aí.
P250. Didn't have much to work with and swung it big. Hammered it home.
Que?
Just like MIBR have with
Por quê?
this T side. They are 6 rounds
Tá bom,
ahead.
tudo bem.
Better equipped. Well funded.
O cara é muito
Two
mito.
sniper rifles have been consistent from MVP. This round, no exception. Currently, we have one positioned over towards the A side of Cat, and then Solo in the very, very back of the B bomb site. So they're split between each portion of this map, and yet nobody's going to hold off on long. Look at the way MIBR have snuck their way out.
Yeah, they've already gotten cozy.
Round 13, tá quase
Four
pra
players
virar.
gonna join 'em.
9 pontos de TR, tá
Gonna join
benzão.
up. Not sure if they just threw a regular CT smoke. It looks like one that's actually going to land deeper.
Regular CT smoke.
Pretty much the only consistent way to do it on this map.
A mulher tá
Those
brava.
Molotovs might be a little bit
Quer
unwarranted. They technically
comer.
don't need them to be so delayed. They've used a lot of their most important
eu
utility already, and now MIBR can actually cross safely.
It's the last bit of nades out from the CTs, but the casualties starting to stack up here. They're going to go for the boost to try and interrupt this on the bomb site. Sure enough,
Nice
they hit the
boost.
planter. Yet
Jogaram
again,
bem
the
agora.
kills go the way of
Duas
MVP
kill.
once this bomb gets near, but a fantastic frag from Fur, and then Cold Zero with a kill, cuts it down to the man advantage, and the kill feed's been full. Thanks to MIBR. Fallen is on point.
Nossa, mano.
The teamwork is fantastic. The trade frags are successful, even despite MVP's best
Fantástico,
efforts and
fantástico.
very real opportunities that they're creating with multi-frags each round. They can't get anything on the board.
No, it's true. I mean, it's like they're just getting the early multi-kills, and the MIBR will just, come through. And I mean, Cold Zero is actually gets a 1v3.
Pode
in
ir lá,
the
vida, eu
first
já vou.
round,
Yeah.
That is one that they could have
Vai me
potentially won,
esperar.
but was just stolen away from them. So it's just welcome to the Frag Shack, baby.
Yep. Dust 2 does what Dust 2 does. And that is, of course, provide you with a slaughterhouse of frags. Come on, Stewie. What you up to? What's that gimmick? What's your angle?
What's the angle, huh?
What is
Só
my
mais
motivation?
só mais E pra contra.
I mean, Launders, they're just leaving the bomb and spawn. They're leaving the bomb and spawn, and Fallen looked AFK. He wasn't even moving.
Yeah.
I can't help but feel...
Some Uber Eats downstairs.
Yeah.
So,
You want to pause? Nah, don't worry about it.
don't worry about it.
Oh,
Último
no.
round antes de virar.
Stewie, stop!
Oh my god.
Meu.
Oh, stop!
Opa.
Oh no, stop, for real, stop. Oh my god.
Meu.
What is going on?
Madness. Madness ensues.
Madness. Acontece.
Sanity unraveling at its seams.
Ixi.
This is crazy. I
Deu
don't
tudo
even know.
errado esse round.
Let's see, how do MVP take this round? Because I mean, hell, they're gunning for a fourth. You know, finish the half strong.
They can have it, why not?
Shift the momentum to the pistol. Make the comeback happen. Extend your tournament life, because if you don't, you're going home.
One
And
round at a
Korea's
time.
not that far, but it's still disappointing. Remember, you win this match, you're guaranteed 60,000 smackaroos.
It's not a long flight, but maybe it's economy.
Ugh. Ugh.
Olha aí a
Little
trocação.
double from MVP. Successful trade fragging going on towards Long, but Fallen is bailing them out yet again. How many times does he have to do this? He lets Stewie go with the gimmicks, play around with the auto sniper, and Papa Fallen comes to pick up the pieces. They're going to work their way up Long. Zeta going to be burned into the open, inevitably so. Fallen takes down both.
That's just from the bottom of mid. That's actually revenge for that previous round where Zine was able to kill him with a P250. Right into his op, did the exact same thing.
So, how much money do you put on Fallen?
Confia no clutch do verdadeiro.
If I had any, all of it.
O cara não foi pro B.
Solo as well, but he's just gonna walk out with his pistol.
Why not,
Boa,
dude?
viraram bem.
Just get it over with, he thinks to himself.
Só mais
He walks
4.
straight to death. 12-3 the half. Stewie looking a little happier on this map than Inferno.
I can't tell if he's calling. I can't tell if there is calling right now.
I don't know.
Like it's
Olha lá,
not,
tá todo
not
mundo
saying it's
feliz.
necessary.
Até o
Just wondering
Fer
if there-
cachorro louco tá
Just
sorrindo.
innocently wondering if there is calling.
Só o Cold que não, porque ele é sério.
Whether or not there's
Did
calling.
you call on Dusty?
Did you guys communicate at all? Were you even on TeamSpeak? That almost looks intentional.
That looked a little bit intentional.
Esse é Helmut.
Just saying.
There's never going to be a CT
Esse
that
Helmut
high up on
amigo.
mid that early in the round, and Stewie knows it.
I'm just saying.
There was intent.
Look at that smug smile.
That was a
he's got.
second
Look at
degree
him.
TK.
Look at him. He knows what he did.
He's glowing.
What a goon. Obviously,
What a goofy gabster.
had he even team killed, it's not that big of a problem because it was a dominating first half here for MIBR. Applying some lip balm before we get into the second half.
Let's always make sure you're not chapped up.
It's very important. It's very important indeed. Do you wear lipstick?
Do I wear lipstick? How do you think I get my lips like this, Connor? You think this was an accident?
I mean, your hair was, right?
Na balinha. Chorando já.
Bleach has multiple purposes, okay? It's not just for cleaning your house.
Take your time, MVP. We would understand why you'd want to. A deep breath and a little composure coming into the second pistol may give them a chance to extend their tournament lives. They are not favored to make this comeback happen. Let's be real. MIBR have seemed unstoppable in the 2 best of 3s we've actually seen of them this week. So let's get it on.
Bora.
For the record, I think your hair's really cool.
Primeiro round.
I don't need your
de
validation.
pistol,
Well, you're sulking
CT,
over
eu
there.
puxo
You
meio.
haven't looked at me since. Women.
Tá.
Cast around counter.
Cast around, got it. Fur is in middle. So are MVP. But the difference is that MVP have a man advantage at the moment, and Fur is fully blind. The player comes parading outwards, and his head is taken clean off. Zep over the shoulder is able to find one of his own, and now it is a retreat. But it's also an aggression from Tarek. He's taken down 2. Zeta's trading, and Fur continues
Tá
to
no
try and
jogo
apply
ainda.
some pressure.
Se ganhar o
But it looks
pistol,
as though
GG.
they've got their opening here, Mohan. They will run that bomb towards A. And they have no presence on long. And they've also not dealt
Cabecinha
with the
ali,
cold-blooded killer. It is Fallen just beneath him.
Wow. Zeta 1-on-2. Can play this however he wants, control the action. No teammates to worry about anymore.
2x1.
Actually
Bangou.
joined
Não
hands, jumped
cegou.
off of Cat, and he goes for 1, gets a clean headshot, leaving just Fallen to approach him. It's clear what positions he can play. Behind the default box is the most standard, and the headshot duel is out. Damage is traded, and Zeta is
Quase,
the
quase.
victor.
Valeu.
6 shots left. That's all he had in his mag. And he's able to just dance around those boxes long enough to pull off the clean
Caramba.
the pistol. But Launders, they won the last pistol too.
That's and they have only 4 rounds.
Exactly, because it was reset directly after. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Double AK scout, some SMGs, and a Zeta headshot to get this one started. A second through the door.
Oh.
Another one could have connected, but he comes up a little short. 3 is just a little too much. Settle down. Fast play up towards Cat, predicted. Fallen's gonna get his scout in position, dealing damage to 2, taking lives at the same time, and throwing frags over the shoulder. But it is Zeph to clear out the entirety of the bomb site as Solo finds the last one, and MVP will convert this time around.
There's some terrifying shots being hit from both scouts in the server that round, from Zeta down mid, from following it long. This could get very heated.
I mean, why not? You have nothing to lose at this point. You are trailing by 7 rounds.
Actually, if MVP lose this map, they lose 60 grand.
Do they really? Well, then I guess there is something on the line.
There's something, a little bit. Depends what your priorities are, though.
Ó, os caras reclamando lá no chat de novo. Já deixei, mano. Quem quiser o link ali, ó, pra partida em tempo real, tá lá, não tô atrapalhando ninguém. Se é uma transmissão, já tá disponível aí pro mundo, pra vida. Se quer direitos autorais, pode brigar lá, só mandar. Não tem erro nenhum. Mas de boa.
The USPs are somehow successful, at least enough so to drop a couple bodies. The AK's been picked back up, so a free upgrade on Glow leaves only Young Stu.
Aqui, ó, o vídeo não tá ao vivo, tá? Quem quer assistir ao vivo, já falei, é na HLTV.org. Lá você pode selecionar a transmissão. Quem quer assistir em português, tem o Twitch do Gaules, mandei aí no chat. Só não assistir aqui no meu. Se você não quer, tá incomodado, pode migrar lá pros originais.
It is a dusty trail.
It's uphill both ways.
Oh.
And you're not allowed to wear shoes.
Why not?
Because it's meant to be like, you're supposed to be the picture.
Aí, ó, mandei o link
treachery.
para os incomodados.
I'm just kind of, it's all about, Miley Cyrus made a song about this called The Climb. You should listen to it.
Já tomou um H no pé, errou o tiro. Agora é hora da virada.
Could have been the first casualty of this round, but he is able to retreat away from the doors. And so Zeph commits to what would have been a crazy spray down. Managed a bit of damage, but we can say that both ways. MVP with 2 players on a sliver of health.
Que é vantagem, os caras estão com 10 e 9 de vida.
That would have been roasted and salted.
Aí, finalzinho, hein? Acho que se ganhar esse round aqui é GG.
A sole defender, Fur, with an instant headshot on the first man in, throws down the smoke to try and buy time, and Fallen's got himself quickly into the site. He's thrown himself into the mix and the equation. Bomb on the dirt. Suddenly, MVP hit a bit of a brick wall. Remember, 2 of these players are so significantly tagged that they shouldn't be able to get much done. Still Coldzera throwing himself inwards, falling to the hands of Zyne, but now the kills, they're stacking up to the favor of MIBR.
That was an amazing round.
13, só mais 3.
I mean, look at how much value he got out of the smokes, and we're seeing these late smokes that are being thrown on, like at your feet inside sites more often as set smokes instead of smoking off the choke points, because now you're having set Molotovs come in on executes that these smokes can put out and also provide kind of false walls, right? Additional cover, ways to play around them, and we saw how much value got out of that. They were terrified; they didn't know how to approach it.
Shaking in their boots. MVP quickly to the bottom of the middle, met by a Molotov. They will charge right through it, and that's going to soften him up for the taking.
Wow.
Coldzera, you just know he wants more, and he's going to have Stu to try and help.
Oh my God!
Nice presence of mind to try and clear closed door. He knows there's someone
Boa,
more.
Steel.
He now knows Bomb
GG.
is on top of the corpses.
4x2, 33, 100. C4 dominada.
Nice kill from Zeph. Him and Solo can slow down for at least a moment because there's a minute 10 on the clock, but Stewie's looking to skewer something. As they creep in, he goes out, and now they both go down.
Man, some of the flicks that we're seeing today
que
from both sides.
Tá dominado, né? Os caras estão quebrados agora, vão ter que forçar. Vão pedir uma pausa tática, será?
Our second grand finalist here at the $300,000 ZOTAC Cup Masters Grand Finals. 2018.
Where are we, Scrawny?
We are in Hong Kong. 12 hours from home. 12 hours difference in
Os
time.
caras tão quebrados. Puxaram uma scout e o resto foi de eco.
I looked away from my
Vai
screen for a
garantir
second.
o
Someone
Fallen
died.
already has a kill.
15º ponto.
It's a fast clash. MIBR trying to play around with the pace here, apply a little pressure and find MVP off guard. It's not that difficult on rounds like this when the T's are not equipped.
Olha lá. 15-6 garantido nesse round eco deles. Não tem o que fazer, eles não vão conseguir segurar. O próximo, nem todo mundo vai comprar bem. Vão ganhar o quê? Nada.
For one. Zeta has the opportunity to keep up the scout proficiency. Challenging Dust 2 doors once again.
Tomou.
Yeah, it's
Tomou.
just baited.
Oh, just third party. Coldzera came and just interrupted that duel.
Já era, GG.
Trying to see
They were
that
having
play
a
out.
gentlemanly
Os caras não
duel.
tem mais o que fazer. Match
And
point.
that is correct. Match point. Not
Series point.
map point, but match point. What?
Ah, eles vão vir
Don't look at me like that.
com
I think I just
comprado
heard a phone
meia
ring.
boca,
I'm not
porque
even
com
kidding.
4 mil
not mine.
não dá
Okay,
pra
not
comprar
mine.
tanto utilitário.
Not us.
Olha lá, compraram uma W com uma flash,
There's a purchase, a last
uma K,
ditch
2
buy.
utilitárias
Up on Zeta.
e uma sub.
Enough grenades to try and hold things back, but we have seen
Não tem o
MIBR
que fazer,
set the
GG.
precedent, decide the tone and pace of every round. And even when MVP think they have some presence on a bomb site or inside of middle control, we see these CTs peeking in and trying to disrupt that. We'll see if it happens yet again here in the 22nd round.
Bom, eles vão trabalhando ali escuro baixo,
be the
vão
last.
tentar pegar kill separada,
not.
mas
There's a
acredito
decent
que a MIBR
setup.
não vai rushar, sabe
That's not gonna be
que
happy to
esse
use the
ponto vai
UMP.
ser importante.
It might be the best
Ah,
for
se
his
perder,
teammates.
eles ainda tem dinheiro para fazer um próximo
They're
round
boosted up
comprado
to
forte.
be able to see over a smoke,
a
even if they do
MIBR.
the second smoke for insurance, it might not be useful. And with this setup, they can
último
now
ponto.
focus their attention to A,
Pode ir
which is
lá
much
começar.
harder to hold with 2 people. As MVP tried to pull off the simultaneous split.
Tá 16-6, oh,
Two
tá
pieces of
15-6,
skill at
acaba
once,
16.
and MIBR don't even know where to throw their nades.
Se o Brasil fizer mais um
They will
ponto,
throw
já
their
era.
bodies towards long. Fur hits the dirt, Tarek goes through it, and he finds too many targets to try and handle. Fallen, however, is also overwhelmed.
Aí
4
complicou.
versus 2 as the CTs come back up from ramp and the kills continue to
Complicou,
trickle forward, leaving
complicou.
Stewie all alone.
O Stewie já trouxe mais
Stewie
um
needs
pra
not teammates
conta.
because he has himself to rely on.
Foi,
One
não
kill
fizemos
down,
ponto porque eu
2
não
to go.
olhei. Se eu
Yeah,
tivesse
and as
olhando,
they
eu
pass
tinha
this
feito
bomb
ponto.
away and
Eu
haven't
passo
planted
energia
it yet, it's
positiva.
giving Stewie the opportunity to get away with this big flank. He's going to wonder exactly what happened, and there's not been anyone here to challenge him at long. They might anticipate he's gone this far, but there's still a chance for him to get a shot. That's going to be one of his only opportunities to get a kill, as now they can regroup, play off of Cat. Actually going to go for elbow, and a bit of a zoning Molotov, but what is that unwarranted jump? Solo now,
1x1, ele vai
1v1
trazer, hein?
for all the marbles. And 60 grand on the line for the winner
Mano,
of
se
this.
defusar
And the
direto.
bomb is planted on default. Stewie actually decides to pull out a piece of utility, not expecting that play. And neither was I.
Quase
If,
foi bom, jogão,
that
jogão.
the bomb being planted default, I mean, elbow is not the optimal position to be in.
No, most certainly not, but you can see when they did plant that bomb, they still had Cat smoked off, unsure as to where Stewie got off to. Had he hit his first initial op shot, then things get even more
Caraca,
dire.
ponto
but
final,
almost
match
gifted a
point.
chance at that 1v1, honestly.
That was
Tem
weird.
que entrar
It was.
agora, tem que entrar agora.
He was just trying to get out of the danger zone, and instead he found himself picked up on the bomb site. Good peek out from Solo in order to clutch out what was, again, as said,
vai
a
ser
match
rush.
point. Now Stewie over towards the B site's going to be alone at the beginning of this one, and he's already hit himself a little bit of damage, but the flashes are so fantastic. He swaps
Nossa.
out to the sidearm as he and Fur both fall.
Tão bem, tão bem.
Stewie running into this. He is... They're all Stewie. Tarek's back. Okay, the UI is updated. That's what's going on. Let me pick up the pieces here. I'm confused. Solo's
Tá bom,
got
tá bom.
2 kills.
We got another round to try. Yeah. That was
No
a
próximo,
little
no
bit.
próximo.
It's like, I swear 8
Little-
people died.
Yeah, I saw you freeze with the UI.
Crossfire eu conheço, já ouvi falar, mas nunca joguei Crossfire não.
Closed it out at the end of the day, so we had to
Sou
give
muito
that
fã de
another
Crossfire
shot.
não, eu gosto de
The flashes
CS,
were good, even though
Dota,
Stewie really held it together.
Lineage
Cap lines, that
Revolution,
tank as well
não sei se vocês jogam aí.
Scout shot.
Jogo no Deca N2, o servidor, quem quiser adicionar lá depois, marca o NPN. Tem clã, tem tudo lá, tô level alto, ajudo, dou umas dicas.
Yep, quick out B, and there isn't anything to do here for the most part. Maybe another little aim duel to watch. Oh my god.
We've seen some really good scout play on Dust.
Yeah, we need a higher tick rate because like Zeta's out here hitting like these micro flicks that aren't even getting picked up by GoTV.
Oh. Essa K vai trazer o jogo pra casa, hein?
They could find Fur. Keep your eyes on the radar because Zeta's coming back over towards T-spawn. He may get a chance. Regardless, MVP shall need 6 more consecutive, almost getting himself a couple kills. Coldzera's denied at the end of things. So the purchase probably not on the cards. Remember that AK is grandfathered forward, so they'll have something to play with.
Eu também, tô esperando pelo Major.
So that should scream double digits here for MVP.
Always nice to get a little bit of old money.
Eles vão jogar demais no Major.
O
Tarik e o Steel deram vida pro time.
MIBR. Full buy up, fast cap presence. Looks like the split is imminent while somebody holds down mid. And it is wide open for the taken. Fallen is happy to see these fights. He's taken a bit of damage though and hasn't hit his shot. Zinwow catches them crossing and Stu tries to give one a haircut.
Zeta's got a duel going on towards Long. Whoa, he's barely won this. Zeph gives cover towards sight. That's where now all the kills begin to trickle in. So it was prolonged, but it was still just pistols.
2.300, perderam duas, vão ganhar 1.900. Dá pra comprar na próxima.
Designed with a solid anti-eco. And if Fur can keep himself alive, that's fine. Remember, he was one of the only 2 guns to even come into this round.
What are the keys to victory here for MVP?
Tô de boa de Crossfire.
Are on a little bit of a roll. They're winning all the right rounds where they get to at least reset MIBR. And I mean, with only 5 to go, I guess there is a world where
Olha lá, todo mundo com 5.000. Se não ganhar agora, vai complicar.
Quite the turnaround from yesterday. We actually are seeing a solid T side from MVP. It was a convincing victory from Virtus Pro.
Tem que ganhar.
If somehow managed to come back into this only winning 1 or 2 rifle rounds to complement that pistol.
It's enough. For now. Quadruple AWP in play, 2 per team. Glow attempts to find an initial piece of contact at this B site, but look at Coldzera. He's got a player up close near doors.
Essa posição do Code é roubada. É pixel.
Fallen's going to take the lead up cat with the AWP.
Vai descendo lá.
And instead of letting the kill come to
É
him,
o
he's
match
gonna go
point.
for it.
Se o Brasil fizer, acabou.
What Fallen loves to do. This is definitely his comfort
Demora.
zone.
É 3 minutos por rodada. Se eles fizerem nessa,
Goes back to B, and they've got an interesting setup. I
se o Brasil ganhar nessa, sim. Se não, mais 3 minutos. E assim vai. Assim que funciona.
MVP are taking their time. We've seen some pretty
50
proactive rounds
segundos.
as this is
Vamos
not
lá.
one of them, because obviously they know what is on the line. Staring elimination in the face will certainly have you second guessing your decisions. You want to be entirely sure before making commitments, and they are still primed for this A site, but there is a man ready to shut things down. Coldzera is able to find a bit of impact from the bottom of middle already, and that's not even 1 of 2 points of contact towards that A site. This is just icing on the cake for MIBR. Glow's trying to find him out, but the shadow gives him
Opa.
away. Coldzera has established this 5
Parece
versus 3.
que
It seems as though he may have done this. He has
ponto é
opened up
nosso,
the
hein?
floodgates
É agora.
as the CTs push forward off of the flash. It's denied by Zeta. He gets himself a second, but he's now all
Boa,
alone.
boa.
And the 3 remaining CTs come
E
pushing right in.
campeão.
MIBR taking down the
Finish.
last
MIBR.
Asian, excuse me, team. And
Boa,
that
valeu
right
aí.
there, Mohan, means
Tem que sair
MIBR
vazado,
versus
correndo
Kingpin
aqui.
for $200,000.
In the finals. I don't know.
Valeu, pessoal.
What's more
Se vocês
impressive
gostaram,
than
deixa
that,
o
the
joinha aí no
semifinalists
vídeo.
got this far in the
Bastante
first
gente
place.
assistiu,
An amazing showing
bastante
from all of
gente
them.
aí
Or that, MIBR
deu
looks so
dislike
polished
no
after
vídeo,
not
na
having had
transmissão, mas
kind of
tamo
any,
junto.